my daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
The GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com drive for the GHSA state title.
Friday nights mean high school football in Georgia, and tonight the drive for the GHSA state title presented by GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com truly begins as we see round one action in the state playoffs in the 6A classification as the Camden County Wildcats at 7-3 travel to take on the North Cobb Warriors, undefeated at 10-0, ranked number 7 in the state. Hello, everybody. I'm Brandon Adams. Happy to be joined alongside Rusty Mansell. You know, it was about this time a year ago that Camden County was getting ready to go on what really was, frankly, almost a miraculous run through the playoffs. Got all the way to the state semifinals. However, a lot has changed since then. The legendary coach Jeff Herron has retired. In his place, Travis Rowland moves to Georgia from the state of Florida. Brand new offensive system as well. But the one thing that's not changed, the most recognizable figure on the field for the Wildcats, big number 0, the 5-star on his way to Georgia, Elias Williams.
Yeah, I mean, he was coming out, Brandon, he came out tonight, and everybody's standing on the sideline. I've been doing this for 16 or 17 years now, full time. When you see some high school athletes, 6'7.5", 240 pounds, come out with a bunch of normal high school kids, it makes it look different. He's special. I talked to Coach Queen pregame. He goes, Rusty, he's going to get his tonight. We got a limit because there's not a lot of answers for that elite player out of Camden County.
On the other side, if you pause and listen, you know what you hear? Kind of nothing. It's a little bit quiet. Nobody seems to be talking about 10-0 North Cobb right now. Dominant throughout the entirety of the regular season, and perhaps the avatar that embodies everything about this maybe overlooked Warriors team is their quarterback, Nick Grimstead. For everything that North Cobb has done on the ground, Shane Queen believes this is like a Power 4 level quarterback, certainly a college level quarterback who's leading the way for him right now.
Yeah, you look at his stats, thrown for almost 1,500 yards, 17 touchdowns, only 1 interception, almost rushed for 600 yards. And Brandon, you're right. They have absolutely run through their schedule. They're under the radar, a little different kind of feel. But North Cobb has destroyed everything in front of them, you know, and they're kind of quiet going through this bracket. No longer because they're in a very tough quadrant. But this quarterback tonight, no question about it, there's going to be a lot of eyes all over the country tuning in because of Elias Williams. But make no mistake, this quarterback from North Cobb can make a name tonight.
People think of North Cobb as physical football, but the truth is this team is also second in 6A in scoring here this year. Shane Queen doing another great job with this team. And speaking of him, and of course Travis Rowland on the other side for Camden County, somebody else who always does a great job. It's our Kaylee Mansell. She has a chance right now to talk to both coaches.
And welcome all to the head coaches interview presented to you by Georgia Match. I'm Kaylee Mansell with tonight's 2 head coaches, Shane Queen, Travis Rowland. Breaking news, no disco ball tonight. I think that means all business for North Cobb here. 10-0 on the season, but you're coming off of a bye week. How do you get your team refocused to start the playoffs after that week?
Well, the first thing you do is you show them the film. I mean, Camden County's got a great football team, and we've got to play our best game tonight to have a chance to win.
Coach Rowland, I truly believe that your team is battle-tested, one of the toughest regions in the state. What was that one game or that one moment from this season that helped prepare you for tonight?
Yeah, I think it was 2 times. You know, we had to go play Valdosta on Saturday early in the afternoon, and then we went to Lowndes County and went to Lowndes High School, one of the best atmospheres in all of the country probably. And so I think that's got us battle-tested, ready to go for tonight and prepare for what's in front of this great environment they have here.
Coach Queen, you mentioned watching that film. I'm sure you saw a guy on the other team who's going to be 6'7" tonight. Do you adapt your gameplay to guard him, or do you go with what you know?
Well, you obviously got to try to put a couple guys on him, but if you try to take him away, they've got a ton of athletes spread out all over the field, so you can't put all your attention on one guy because they're a very balanced football team. You know, they're 50-50 as far as yards production, throwing and passing. So you can't focus on that one guy. You're going to know who he is because obviously he's a foot taller than everybody else. But we've got to, you know, hopefully get our hands on him, make him uncomfortable. But he's a great athlete. He's a generational talent, and we've got our work cut out for us.
Coach Rowland, long trip. Did you guys get here last night or this morning?
Yes, ma'am. It's a great blessing to be at Camden County High School, you know, where they understand the process. Showed up last night. We were able to travel throughout the day yesterday, and then able to wake up here and get some things done and be ready to go. So it's a blessing to be here. We're excited about it. A great opportunity to continue our season.
Well, clearly you've had a lot of time here this morning throughout the day. What's been that message to your team today?
Oh, man, just swing first. You know, we got to go out and swing first, and this team starts fast. In every football game they play, they start fast and hit people in the mouth right away, so we got to be ready to go and be ready to go 12 rounds or 15 if it takes that, like the old days.
Coach Roll and Coach Queen, I feel very lucky that we get this game night one. Good luck to both of you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, guys, we will be right back after this.
I don't know. Just take it off.
Hey, is the power off on this?
I don't know.
Hey, is the power off on this?
I don't know. Just take it off.
Safety violation, unsafe work conditions.
In the construction trades unions, safety is our highest priority, and we train you to recognize and speak out on unsafe working conditions so that everyone arrives and goes home safely. Learn about careers in construction at GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com.
This makes my dad proud. He went through his whole career as an employee. Now I'm the employer, something he didn't achieve.
We are signatory to IBEW and do IBEW people wherever we go that we feel like they are faster and better than any of our competition.
The advantages of being a signatory contractor is you're trained employees. You have unlimited manpower. It allows me to bid on jobs that I ordinarily would not go after.
Basic combat training is a 10-week experience that will challenge you both physically and mentally. Each phase of your training will introduce you to new soldier skills, building and advancing them along the way. You and your fellow soldiers will work as a team to accomplish each mission, overcome each obstacle, and earn the right to wear the black beret of an Army National Guard soldier.
Great teams are committed, focused on the details, and work hard to be their best. From practice to games, right down to their gear. Your field is a critical part of the game that allows your athletes to showcase their athletic abilities. Sports Turf is committed to bringing your team innovative sports surfaces with unparalleled performance. You bring the vision. Our team brings it to life.
For a healthier future together, look to Northside Hospital.
The drive for the GHSA state title is presented by GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com. Transform your future today.
Welcome back, everybody. Brandon Adams, Rusty Manziel, getting ready to kick things off between Camden County and North Cobb. Before we do, let's also give you a weather report here, brought to you by Personal Touch Lawn Care. 54 degrees, probably the coolest game we've had thus far this season. A little bit of breeze blowing, but a great night, and kind of what you want it to feel like, a little nip in the air.
Finally.
As the state playoffs begin, finally indeed. And in a moment there, you're going to see Camden County getting ready to kick things off here. It'll be Noah McCullers doing the honors after the folks from Camden County won the toss and then deferred. And in fact, let's see the coin toss here just a little earlier from a moment ago. You'll see what I was just describing. Camden County winning and deferring. Of course, all of this brought to you by R.S. Andrews. North Cobb, as always, in their orange with the white. Camden County, the Columbia blue. They call them the Columbia Cats down there. The Camden County Wildcats. And it'll be Noah McCullers getting ready to kick things off here right now. This kick going to sail into the end zone for a touchback. And that is where North Cobb going to go to work here. 1st and 10. Their offense on the field for the first time to get things going. We mentioned a moment ago, Nick Grimstead, the quarterback. This is a very successful rushing attack this season. And they'll run it more than they throw it. But what a year that Grimstead has had. As we see our starting lineups here. For North Cobb, Grimstead, we told you about. Keep your eye on Zach Bellew, the freshman running back, by the way.
Number 20.
Steele Ingram at wide receiver. He's had a big year thus far this year. And, of course, the offensive line powering all of this, including on the right side. Watch number 79, Brandon Anderson. That is a junior committed to Tennessee.
Number 79.
And so with that, North Cobb will get ready to begin offensively here right now. Bellew will be the running back to begin things here. He'll take a handoff and find an edge there on the right side. Big gain on first down, and a flag comes in at the conclusion of the play.
Yeah, I believe that's going to be, might be holding down the field, which will be unfortunate, but a great run by the freshman there. Little confusion on the play. The quarterback, Grimstead, and the freshman running back banging up a little bit. Probably going to be holding, in my opinion, maybe down the field.
Bellew not the only back we'll see. As you see our officials here, brought to you by the Governor's Office of Highway Safety. Chris Moore's the referee. Bert Moore's the umpire. Kenny Smith, Darrell Wolf, and Nakia Say, all a part of that officiating crew here.
There's two fouls on the play, one on each team. Holding on the offense, personal foul, face mask on the defense. Those penalties offset. Replay the down.
Get an idea from the open mic here just how loud it is down the field right now. Big band traveling over from Camden County. A lot of fans here on both sides. And offsetting penalties going to make us do it again here on first down. As I was mentioning, Bellew not the only back we'll see tonight, but you kind of see why the freshman's been so explosive here this season. Gets another carry now, working up the middle on first down. Got his way up to the 24. You give him 4 there on that carry after the offsetting penalties. See the starters for Camden County on defense. Probably the strength of this defense, a couple of first-team all-region guys, Wayne Austell, Xavier Brown, there in the linebacker core. Also the safety having an outstanding year as well. Jamarick Daly, that's the guy who had a big interception return earlier this season.
See big Elias Williams, 6'7", number 0 right there. Georgia tight end commit, playing outside linebacker tonight, playing both ways. Kind of detail.
Bellew getting a big carry across the 30-yard line, moving the chains. Yeah, good job by Rusty pointing out Williams there. That's a guy that we think of as an offensive player. That's what he's going to play at Georgia. But last couple of weeks has been playing defense for this Camden County team, which kind of needs that extra help there.
Yep. There was a lot of people that thought he might be an edge defender. He might be an outside linebacker, but obviously in his frame and what he brings skill set-wise, tight end long-term. But this was a concern for Camden. Can they stop North Cobb up front from absolutely mauling them? And they're trying to come downhill at him again.
You see Bellew again kind of cutting back to the inside, crossing the 40, up to about the 44. Yeah, what North Cobb has done so well all year long, lean on the big offensive line. They're averaging 256 yards per game on the ground. And for a Camden County team, withstanding the blow here for what North Cobb wants to do on the ground, I would say that's almost your first test for tonight.
Yes. And you see Camden County, a lot of guys in the box, one-on-one coverage at the top. They're trying to bring extra bodies in here.
Fake by Grimstead. He's going to be sacked. Bringing him down right there is Elias Williams, the 5-star on offense. Makes a big play on defense.
Yeah, play action, long developing play. When you got an athlete like Williams coming off the edge, nobody accounted for him, and your quarterback paid the price. He goes right by the Tennessee commit, blows right by Anderson. I didn't think they had anybody on him, but he just comes right by Anderson there. No matchup for Williams with a big loss there. They're gonna have to chip block him. They're not gonna block him one-on-one off the edge.
Yeah, Williams coming up big right there.
And that's not a matchup. Anderson's an interior offensive lineman. You know, putting him out on the edge against Williams, not the ideal matchup for him.
Pressure coming in from Camden County. Going to try to get to Grimstead again. This time Grimstead makes a man miss. Going to take a big hit, though, right there at the 35-yard line. And all of a sudden, Camden swarming here defensively.
And you kind of look at the momentum. You were running football. You kind of had some progression there. And all of a sudden, you take 2 plays, and off defensively, boy, Camden County got to the ball quick.
One of those really good Camden linebackers, Wayne Austell, 91 tackles coming into tonight. Gets a big one there to force 4th down.
And there's some juice on the Camden sideline right here to get this opening possession. Force a punt.
Keep your eye here as well on David Coleman. That's number 11, one of the 2 punt returners that Camden has back right now. Coleman will get a chance to return here. He's got 4 kicks for return touchdowns this season, one of those on the punt return side. But North Cobb had that one fielded well. And Camden County going to go on offense for the first time. So we got a spirited start here. A lot of energy in the building. We'll take a quick timeout and keep it going here on our drive for the GHSA state title. Presented by NorthConstructionCareers.com.
When you say let's go to breakfast, you mean let's go to McDonald's. Obviously. Mix and match like a Chicken McGriddles and hash browns for $2.79. Add a medium-iced coffee for $1.99. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
It's that time of year. The Black Friday sales event at Matthews Kia of Cartersville is going on now. Get the 2025 Kia Sportage and 2025 Kia Sorento 1.9% APR for 60 months. The 2024 Sorento 0% for 48 months. Or the 2025 Carnival MPV LX for $409 a month. Hurry, because prices are in your favor right now during the Black Friday sales event. Don't forget, Matthews Kia of Cartersville is home to the lifetime warranty. Come see us today. All roads lead to Matthews Kia of Cartersville.
What is GMFB overtime?
It's this, that, and a whole lot of 5 days a week.
Let's go. Here we go.
It's football for everyone.
Weekdays at 10 on Peachtree Sports Network.
True to Atlanta, true to the South Side. This is our city. Don't miss it as your Skyhawks take on the Blue Coats in high-action, high-speed G League basketball. Monday at 7 p.m. on Peachtree Sports Network.
Why would drug dealers put a lethal dose of fentanyl in drugs if they know it's so harmful?
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable. Really just all about the money.
Welcome back. First quarter action, 8:26 to go. Still no score between Camden County and North Cobb. Wildcats coming on offense for the first time. Parks Riendo, that's the starting quarterback. He's had a really good year. Second year as the starter, although completely reinvented offense here this season. Number 0 is Elias Williams. We've been telling you about him. You'll see him on his favorite side on offense here. And on first down, man goes in motion, and the flag's going to be thrown.
False start. Offense.
Yeah, some confusion on how they're setting up. They're trying to get guys off the ball. Elias Williams trying to back up the slot receiver. Got a penalty out of that one.
It'll be interesting to watch all the ways in which Williams is used tonight. And the good news is you'll recognize every time he moves because you can't miss him at 6'7".
Yep. This is where I think North Cobb is underrated defensively. I was very impressed with the speed of them against Walton earlier in the year.
This time it's going to be Williams going in motion, almost like an orbit motion. High snap to Riendo. Riendo going to try to hand it up the middle. And this is kind of a battle to watch here. You know, one of the things that Camden County wants to do is they want to spread your wide and try to run power in between the gaps created by the wide, formation. But the problem is, if you're Camden County, North Cobb is so good in the interior of its defense. You see the starters. Don Moody, that's a name that you know, a guy that had a great game the last time we saw them earlier this year. Cam Cullen. So you've really got two kind of major FBS-level prospects in the front of that defense. For North Cobb, you see the hand here now. And a nice carry across the 40-yard line going to Jordan Hardy. Senior with an East Carolina offer.
This is what Shane Queen told me. He goes, Rusty, we know who Elias Williams is. He said, I'm telling you, these three running backs worry me to death. How quick they are and how quick they can crease you.
It's funny, you have a chance to talk to Shane Queen this week. You also hear him doing interviews, things like that. Pretty consistent with his line of thought that you can't be so focused on Williams that you allow somebody else to beat you. Camden County, obviously, even with the spread offense, they want to do a lot of this on the ground. 3rd and 2 now coming up. Pretty big play. North Cobb shows pressure. Riendo will throw. It's going to be a pass caught, 50-yard line. Moving the chains is the sophomore, Sean Green.
Good job. Just a little stick route in the middle. Just get up the field, turn around. Good job by the quarterback here. Quick delivery. Set it down in the zone right in front of the defenders, able to move the chains.
42nd catch of the season for Green. 500 yards receiving coming tonight. That's sort of the alternative to Elias Williams through the air. They'll go to Green. 24/7 Sports rates him as a 4-star, although he's just kind of getting going as far as the offers go connected to them. Williams is in motion. Defense will shift in his direction. That's a handoff, and North Cobb will meet it in the backfield. Big play there being made by Don Moody. East Carolina commit in the backfield to make the stop.
Yeah, he had a great game against Walton earlier this year, and I'm telling you, up front, North Cobb is hard to deal with. And right now, they're not letting the eye candy of Elias Williams in motion and all those types of things. They're focused in the box against this Camden County run. It's going to bring up a second about 12.
Yeah, you lose a couple on that play. Williams now stretched all the way out to the left side of the formation. Riendo going to run the RPO running play this time. Different back into the game as well, getting involved here. As you see, a lot of bodies in there moving things around. That was Antoine Williams that time on the carry for the Wildcats.
It's got to be so weird for the people of Camden County to watch them in spread. I mean, for so long with Jeff Herron, they've been so successful as a wing T football team. They won multiple state championships, multiple region championships. And all of a sudden, man, you're out here 3 wide spread, shotgun.
A totally different look, and obviously the career of Aaron, a legendary one. On third down, now Riendo going to sit up. It's going to be big stop right away, made there defensively.
Freshman.
To meet him right at the moment of the pass catch for Aziz Helm, the freshman cornerback, came flying to the football, and North Cobb is going to get off the field.
Man, they love this corner. Watch this freshman. This is a 14-year-old freshman playing in 6A Georgia, and you talking about coming up on a play. My goodness.
Riendo was trying to set up his running back, Jordan Hardy, for a screen, but Helm was all over that.
Great job, North Cobb defensively there.
Now punt going to be fair caught there at the 16-yard. Actually, they're going to say,
Yeah, you can't fake it that long.
Yeah, Miles Butler tried to catch somebody napping, but the official had already blown the play dead. And so with that, we'll take a quick timeout here, too. No score, 4:35 to go, first quarter of play. We'll be right back.
Journeyman with Local 85, when you turn out, you can be hitting 6 figures.
Hey, I have your back, you have my back. We're going to do this together. We're one for all for one.
College just wasn't for me. Let's look into actual career jobs that wouldn't take college, where I wouldn't, lose money and all that. Instead of losing a lot more money at the end, why not make money and make more money at the end?
Are you interested in becoming a deputy or a jailer? The Gwinnett County Sheriff's Office is hiring and looking for individuals passionate about protecting and serving their community. If you are 18 years or older, join our team by visiting GHSA.com for more information. Gwinnett County, together we can make a difference.
Nobody wants to hear the word roaches, because who wants to admit they have roaches?
I actually found some weird roaches. I didn't know what they were. I decided to choose Breda. I reached out to them. They check in routinely. They're explaining what they're doing. So there's a lot of clarity in the process as well. I think that just speaks to the level of safety that I feel with the organization.
The facts are, roaches are everywhere in our environment. So what are you doing to keep them out of your home?
Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
Struggling with food insecurity can feel lonely, yet every community across America is affected by hunger, which is why our Kroger associates work together to rescue nutritious food that would otherwise go to waste in an effort to donate 3 billion meals by 2025. Because we believe everyone should have access to fresh, delicious food. Join the Kroger Zero Hunger, Zero Waste Foundation to defeat hunger and eliminate food waste.
I've used R.S. Andrews 15 years, purchased 2 heating and air systems, so I rely on their technicians for service. I call, they come, it's fixed. And I appreciate Andrews' commitment. He gives it his all. That's how R.S. Andrews makes me smile.
Yikey wawa! Running out of hot water is one way your water heater cries out for help. Call R.S. Andrews. Get a water heater rejuvenation. Your water heater gets added life, you get more hot water. Another way R.S. Andrews makes you smile today.
The GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com Drive for the GHSA state title is sponsored by the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 613. Electrify your career. The Gwinnett County Sheriff's Office. Serve and protect through dedication, professionalism, and active cooperation with the community. Kroger. Boost by Kroger Plus. More savings, more benefits, a new level of membership. Gatorade. Fuel tomorrow. And by Score Atlanta, your source for Georgia high school sports.
We are back, everybody. 4:35 to go, first quarter play. You see Shane Queen there, the North Cobb coach. We also recognize him as one of the trained actors in one of the commercials we run.
He laughed. He said, "Hey, man, that was good acting, wasn't it?" Shane, that's a timeless piece, man.
Look forward to seeing him each and every week as a part of that terrific commercial. Whistle blows here before the snap. Flag does come in.
False start. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Playoff nerves coming out of a bye week. TV, crowd, loud atmosphere. You're seeing some of that. You're still high school athletes.
That is indeed the case. And for North Cobb, one of the things that they acknowledge is, hey, big game like this, Warriors feel a little bit of pressure, have not been past the state quarterfinals since 2016. They've had more first-round early exits from the playoffs than they would have liked. So that is one of the topics that really they're not shying away from. They know what they need to do here. As you see Grimstead fake the handoff, then keep it himself.
I'll tell you what, man, they are getting after each other up front.
Yeah, thus far, I would say Camden County kind of passing that test of the battle along the line of scrimmage here.
Yeah, and we talked about that early on, and North Cobb feels like they had a big size advantage up front. They had a couple of early runs I liked, came with the counter. So they come back with a counter here and get outside the box a little bit with some of their speed.
2nd and 13 after the lost yard there. Grimstead now going to throw. Receiver never turned around. That was intended, but never turned around to see it. Christian Peacock, who's actually also a quarterback.
A little miscommunication there. He thought he was going to stop and turn around. He throws back shoulder. See this? He never turns around.
Peacock's also a freshman. We're talking about a couple of freshmen involved in this game. Peacock is one, too.
Boy, North Cobb is excited about their 8th and 9th grade. Their 8th grade and 9th grade, I think they're back-to-back champs in that league. And they're very excited about the future here.
3rd and 13 now. Working from empty backfield be Grimstead. It's a 2-by-3 look. 3 on the right side.
Careful here with 0.
Bellew goes in motion. Pressure coming in. Grimstead tries to get rid of it. Did he have somebody to throw it to?
No.
I didn't see the call yet.
I don't think there's a flag.
Okay.
But man, they are unable to
be
block
an incomplete pass. Yeah.
Look how fast Williams gets off the ball.
Yeah, he's a real weapon on defense.
I'm telling you, Charles Power, our national director of recruiting for On 3, he absolutely loves Elias Williams, but he has said the whole time, Rusty, this guy might be a 5-star edge if that's what he wanted to play.
Well, Travis Rowland did acknowledge that when you have that body type, I mean, it's the kind of thing that looks like you could make $100 million in the NFL at 6'7", getting off the edge like that.
Call that private school ranking. The kids are going to go to private school.
Yes, exactly. Punt away here. It's going to go to Coleman. Coleman is dangerous. Trying to get a block. Won't really get one, though. North Cobb swallows it up. Strong special teams from the Warriors.
Man, great coverage by North Cobb. They stayed in their lanes. Everybody got up the field and then converged on the runner late. Great job there by North Cobb on the punt.
Let's see our Camden County resume here, brought to you by Smart Local 85. Of course, Travis Rowland, his first year. Rowland played for a couple of state championships, coach in a couple of state championship games at his alma mater, Mainland, down in Daytona Beach, Florida, before coming here to Camden. Of course, replacing Jeff Herron, a legend, 300 games won in his career, 3 state championships. When you think about great players who've come through this program, the likes of J.J. Green and Bryce Ramsey, obviously many, many state championships, and a beautiful part of the state, by the way, down there in Kingland, St. Mary's, right there on the Georgia coast.
Jared Davis, first-round draft pick. I know Bryce Ramsey, we covered him at Georgia, and I guarantee you, if he's not here, he's watching because he loves this football team, this community. Quick score, man. Marist, 4 possessions, 4 touchdowns, 28-0 on Warner Robins.
That's a really good Warner Robins team from maybe the deepest region in 5A. Not maybe, the deepest region in 5A. But that Marist triple option, so difficult to deal with. And obviously, we'll be watching our Breda Pest Management score ticker for scores like that all throughout the night. By the way, Milton already up 35-0 on Woodstock. Phenomenal year for Woodstock. Amazing improvement. Maybe the most improved team in the state, but no great prize. You've got
congratulations. You can play a top 10 team in America.
In round one of the state playoffs.
But I'll tell you this, man, Woodstock, I've seen them the last couple of years, and to get to where they are, you're talking about moving the right direction in a hurry. Great job by that staff and that administration and those players.
So you're looking at third down here now coming up from Camden County.
And both teams still trying to fill each other out a little bit. You still feel the big game energy right here, Brandon. 3rd and 5, third and 5 here.
Antoine Williams is the back. North Cobb shows pressure. Riendo pumps it, now keeps it, will run and slide. Riendo's a two-sport star. He's also a catcher for the baseball team. So that's, as Coach Rowland says, a toughness position. He's not afraid to kind of put himself in harm's way.
Man, I love that. He went through all of his progressions, and once everybody gave him a little bit of window, what I like, Brandon, is he got to the sticks and he got down. He had to take no unnecessary shot. Move the chains, first down Camden.
Minute 53 now, first quarter. 3 down linemen for North Cobb. Whistle blows again.
Yeah, false start.
False start. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
That drives me nuts at this point of the season. You know what I mean? You cannot have continual things like that happen.
Well, it's also killing your chance to establish momentum right now. You know, we haven't really gotten into a rhythm in this game yet, and a penalty like that prevents that from happening. You see Rowland, by the way, wearing the kind of neon yellow hat. You see a lot of coaches do that these days to differentiate themselves in the sideline, a lot of sideline communication. You can look over and see easily. You see the receiver Green going in motion. Riendo, they're throwing the way of Elias Williams, and Williams couldn't hold on. A couple of guys blanketing him.
Yeah, I want to see this replay here. You want to kind of lead him a little bit, see if he reaches back. I think the ball's a little bit behind him. Had to go up and get it turned around. You got to take shots, man. You got a guy like that, you got to take shots and complete them.
You saw Jamari Major with the coverage. Dylan Womack, the safety, kind of converged over. You got to sense that's probably a little bit of the way that's going to look tonight. Green goes in motion again. Riendo throws to him. Flag comes in right away.
Yep, movement again. And you got to, at this point, you're like, what are we doing with little penalties like this? If you're Camden, shooting yourself in the foot with little penalties. Quick story on Elias Williams after this call.
Illegal shift. 2 people moving prior to the snap. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay, second down.
Everybody knows the name Champ Bailey, one of the best players ever. He's from Folkestone, Georgia. Elias Williams started his high school career at Folkestone. I think he went his freshman and sophomore year. He called me when he was a 9th grader and said, Rusty, we got the next one there. I said, Champ, I'll be down there next month. He goes, we got a 6'4" freshman. I go down and see him, couldn't believe it. Then I go back down a year later, and then he's 6'6".
Yeah.
And then makes the transfer over to play for Camden last year as a junior. But now they list him at 6'8", 240. I would be willing to bet he's every ounce 6'7", 235 pounds in high school.
And if you're impressing Champ Bailey, you're doing
He's
something.
He's called me about one guy.
Yeah. And now Camden County's going to have to call timeout. They are all kind of discombobulated here right now.
That's their first timeout.
Yeah, formation-wise, they just can't get it together right here. And you got to, at this point in the season, you're like, what's going on? You got to regroup. Good timeout.
Let's see our North Cobb resume brought to you by Smart Local 85. Shane Queen in his 19th season here. Been doing a great job for a long time. Of course, 10-0 this year. One of the probably better North Cobb teams we've seen here in a little while. But as I said before, last year it's a first-round playoff exit. That's the kind of thing they want to change. They want to get past that. But obviously a lot of great players have come through this program over the year. Darren Waller, remember him from Georgia Tech. Christian Albright. You talk about Eric Norwood.
I remember being here, I think 2012, and seeing this long, wiry safety, probably 6'3", 180 pounds. And I look at him, I was like, that's a pretty good player. Well, he played about 10 years in the NFL by the name of Darren Waller. Played tight end, long time for the Raiders.
Yeah, that's a very impressive thing. You see a beautiful crowd here at Emory Sewell Stadium tonight. You know, this is a community that provides unbelievable support for its football team. And, you know, when you come to 6A in Georgia, especially for the playoffs, it's sort of the macro brand of the sport. We saw, like, pyro as the team was running in the field today. Just all really well done.
I missed that time. I needed that, man.
Yeah, that was fun.
Rusty Mansell needed some pyro in high school.
Oh, yeah, I can only imagine how
My
that would have.
mustache might have caught on fire if I got sparks, but I needed some pyro in high school.
But you love the community support that the folks here in, you know, kind of what the border of Ackworth and Kennesaw provide here. 2nd and 20 now for some penalties. Riendo, pressure coming, gets rid of it quick, and it's going to be hit right away. And then a little bit of a fight after that, but a nice job defensively to come up and make that play. And North Cobb's flying to the football right now. David Coleman on the catch.
Yeah, they're trying to go quick game on North Cobb because they can't block them up front, not getting a lot of time to let these long developing routes. When you're 3rd and 20, not a lot there, Brandon. Try to get the ball out, try to get a chunk play. I might come up with a screen here, or they might motion out and just try to throw something up to zero and see if he can make a play for you. If I'm North Cobb, I'm definitely aware. I'm putting my safety over there. You see they're rotating the freshman away from him. The freshman is now opposite of Elias Williams on 3rd and 18.
Elias Williams far right side of the formation. Riendo, pressure coming, just has to try to chuck it away. He'll throw it towards the sideline. That's all he could do.
That's okay.
North Cobb very active in the backfield.
That's okay. You live to have another down. You don't want to do something crazy and get some momentum in North Cobb. Your defense is playing well. 3rd and 18, don't force anything. The chances are you're not going to make a play there. Take a look, throw it out of bounds, let your team punt and play defense.
John Clellan on to punt, averaging 30 yards per kick on 21 punts this season. But Camden County very proud. They've only allowed 2 punt returns all year long. Kind of a rugby style. Ball going to bounce and then roll to the 10-yard line. So Wildcats got a little bit of a break there. They're actually going to bring it up a little bit more, but North Cobb gets off the field and now gets a chance to go back on offense. 25 seconds left in our first quarter. Let's also take a look at our Deer Park teams of the week here across all classifications in the state of Georgia. Congratulations to Worth County representing the single A, Burke County representing 2A, Baldwin from 3A, New Hampstead from 4A, Lakeside out of 5A, and of course Grayson.
How about Grayson? I don't know if you know the story. Grayson played 3 football games in 11 days.
It's amazing.
3 games in 11 days on a makeup schedule because of the chemical fire in Rockdale County, and it caused those teams to set back their schedule. Grayson had to play 3 football games in 11 days. That's crazy.
They went weeks without playing at all.
Like 6 weeks.
And then a flurry of games like that and won the region again. I mean, the tear they've been on in terms of winning region games and region championships, now continuing with Santavius Bryant, truly is amazing. You see Grimstead pull it back out. Almost had to wrestle that football back out. They were trying to do kind of the zone read type keep, and he had to really pull it back out.
A little bit different wingspan on that when you see 0. I tell you, man, defensively, he's every bit the prospect he is on both sides of the field. That's for sure.
Yeah, this is the most he's kind of played defensively. Only been on that side of the ball now for a couple of weeks. Obviously, Coach Rowland saying we tried to wait as long as we could about putting him on there, whether playing both sides. But ultimately, when you got an athlete like that, you want to get the most you can out of him. He's coming up big for Camden County right now.
I'm interested in trying these new weight loss shots, but I need it to be more affordable because my insurance doesn't cover it. I'm not sure which online provider to trust, and I want to ask a doctor a lot of questions.
The secret's out. At Henry Meds, our knowledgeable providers demystify compounded semaglutide, the same active ingredient in brand name weight management meds. If you're eligible for treatment, your medication will be shipped to your door for just $297 a month. You can save thousands by using Henry Meds for weight management medication.
A new era has begun. NXT is now on the CW. The next generation of NXT superstars are ready to take over Tuesday nights on the CW. Let's meet the next generation of superstars from sports entertainment's hottest show. It's the leader of the Whoop That era, Trick Williams, He's the two-time NXT champion that electrifies the crowd each night with a crowd chanting, "Whoop that trick."
ATL, you already know what time it is. It's Trick Willie, man, NXT superstar, Mr. Whoop That himself. And we're going to turn up, man. CW is going to get a good show with us because we got the hungriest people from all over the world working hard, busting their butt every single day to put on a good show just for you. So check us out on the CW network. We're going to turn up.
Don't miss NXT every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. on Peachtree TV, Atlanta's CW.
Welcome back, everybody. Second quarter action set to begin. You see Elias Williams, the Georgia commit, playing on both sides tonight. And I'll give you a thing that Travis Rowland said that I thought was interesting, relaying when Elias Williams told him about playing both offense and defense. Williams, perhaps unsurprisingly, is a very good basketball player, too. He says, listen, you play both ends of the floor in that sport. Why not play both ends, theoretically, in football?
It's true. Three-time All-State basketball. He will be at Georgia probably in less than about 4 weeks. I know he's hoping they're going to finish up in the state championship December the 13th, 14th, around there. A lot of those mid-year kids will be on campus and practicing around December 17th, 18th, which is a lot different than the way it used to be. They'll get to practice with a team for bowl practice, and he'll be enrolled in Georgia in less than a month, which is crazy.
All right, looking at 3rd and 1 now. Quavy Eccles is in as the running back.
It is loud.
And now North Cobb wants to call a timeout, too.
Timeout. North Cobb.
They're changing the helmet. I think they had a...
Yeah, so taking a timeout to avoid the forced substitution on 3rd down. The Georgia Sheet Metal and Air Conditioning Contractors Association brings the Camden County schedule to us. So 7-3 on the year. Obviously, tough game when you got to go play at Lowndes. That didn't go well. And obviously, Valdosta, kind of a sort of a byproduct of having to play in that very tough Region 1. But nonetheless, I think for Travis Rowland to sort of step in for Coach Herron here this year, certainly to be in this spot in the playoffs, finding a way to get to 7-3, pretty good job overall, certainly by Camden County, including getting that win against Tift County, where you kind of had the sort of interesting tiebreaker there with, getting that win, and I guess you needed a Richmond Hill loss to then make the playoffs. So ultimately, Camden County got what it needed and finds itself here tonight.
Listen, this is a very attractive job now. I mean, there was a lot of people involved with Camden County because historically they got the support. You see the amount of people that drove 5.5 hours to see this game tonight on a Friday night, and they're well represented. And I guarantee you that every TV and every restaurant in Kingsland, Georgia has this game on.
I do always love when you see the great crowds that travel from South Georgia for a game like this. Handoff goes to Eccles. Eccles finds room to run to the 35-yard line. He's going to move the chains for North Cobb.
Nice job there. They come back out of the timeout. The old basketball play, we see how you're going to line up. We come back and crease you. Great call by North Cobb. Move the chains. They're back on the ball trying to go with some pace.
David Coleman gave him a big hit, but not until after Eccles had already gotten a sizable
timeout.
Game. And now Camden County's got to call timeout, and we are struggling to find a rhythm right now.
But they're going to be out of timeouts in a minute. Both teams.
Camden County. That's their second timeout of the half.
So we've really seen consecutive timeouts here on back-to-back plays. So, of course, if you love high school football with us each and every Friday night, you'll also love it each and every day from 12 to 1 p.m. on Georgia High School Sports Daily. It's presented by IBW Local 613. The entire Score Atlanta team coming together to bring you not just football coverage, but all throughout the state coverage of all of the sports, including as we get rolling with the winter sports, like basketball and things like that. Of course, all of that on Georgia High School Sports Daily each and every afternoon.
They do a great
from
job.
12 to 1 p.m. in that beautiful Score Atlanta's television studio. We got a chance to be in there a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, they had me on that green screen last week, and Rusty Mansell and cut out for the green screen. It's different, but it was great, man. They did a great job. I did a 3-hour bracket show, and I tell you, the theme of the week is the job openings. Yeah, start talking about Dalton's come open. You start talking about Marietta has now come open. Alpharetta has now come open.
Dawson County.
Dawson County's come open. Starting to get a lot of texts from coaches trying to get in and see who's going to get these jobs. That's going to be, as the playoffs go on, you're going to start seeing, unfortunately, some job openings. And anytime a job opens in the state of Georgia, a lot of people try to get in here.
Yeah, typically about 100 or so jobs in a normal year. Last year, we were probably less than 100, I think.
Around 82, if I heard.
Yeah, so a little bit less than normal a year ago. But the early stages here would suggest we may be kind of back up over that century mark again. Camden shows pressure. Grimstead tries to read it. Here they come. Grimstead going to keep it. Tried to follow a blocker here and got up to the 39. Got about 3 maybe on first down.
Boy, physical up front, man. Both of these teams are absolutely going at each other in between the tackles. It's exactly what you expect this time of year from this type of team coming from South Georgia. Battle tested. North Cobb ran through everybody. They knew they had their hands full tonight. Somebody's season's ending tonight, so you're going to get everybody's best shot on both teams.
Williams comes back in defensively, line up on the left side of the formation. He'll stand up.
Tight splits.
As an edge rusher. North Cobb puts a man in motion, blocker to Williams' side. Eccles, though, going to run left side to the 50-yard line. Another first down for North Cobb. Coleman makes another tackle, but that's first down yardage for the Warriors.
Yeah, they motion to act like they're going to be overloaded to the right. They actually come back in with a counter, little GH counter, guard H-back, pull back side, and nobody's there for Camden. Big play for North Cobb.
Eccles remains the running back, taking the handoff.
Almost same play.
Fighting his way to the 45, 5 more for him.
One thing you're starting to notice, running a little bit away from zero.
Avoiding that, we'll see how Camden County chooses to respond. Jerome Roundtree, senior defensive end, made that tackle. 2nd and 5 now, 9:25 to go, second quarter. We've got no score, and as I mentioned, really no real rhythm to this game yet, although North Cobb starting to put a little bit of a stamp on it. A couple of receivers for them. New running back. Same story, plenty of success, this time for the senior Cam Morris.
Now you see them starting to establish a little bit up front. And you see the quarterback go to the sideline. Let's go. Give me the play. Give me the play, coach. Right back on the football. See if they come right back at Camden.
Ball rests at the 31. Camden once again looks at 3 down linemen. North Cobb's got 2 receivers and a lot of bunched formation there in the center. Pressure coming on Grimstead. Hit as he throws towards the end zone, and it's incomplete. Steele Ingram was there, and he caught it, but he's out of bounds and ruled that way immediately. The pylon did go flying.
I believe the pressure didn't allow him to be able to set his feet and get underneath that ball. He has to throw off his back shoulder. See this? This if he gets a foot down. Nope. Out of bounds. Close because he hit the pylon. Looks like his foot was clearly out of bounds from that angle.
2nd and 10.
When they don't argue it much in high school.
That's right.
Pretty much telltale.
3-by-1 look here for North Cobb. The 3 receivers are on the right. It's Ingram, the target a moment ago, on the left. Hand goes to Morris. Morris hit at the 29. That's going to be a 3rd down now coming up.
Man, hard fought yards right there, but nice job picking up what you could. Picked up 4 there. Going to bring up about 3rd and 5.5, maybe 3rd and 6.
Ball will sit at the 27. They need the 21 for the first. Grimstead, hard count.
They're showing pressure. See if they check out of it.
Camden flinched but didn't move. Grimstead looks over. Single deep safety for the Wildcats. Handoff, fake to Eccles, kept by Grimstead. Grimstead gets the 25, but that's going to be a couple of yards short of that first down, and that's a 4th down now coming up.
Going to try a field goal.
They're going to run the...
run him off. Take the field goal guy off. They're going to go heavy package. They're going to bring in some extra offensive linemen, bring in extra big guys. They're going to bring in number 8.
Yeah, you see Dom Moody, Cam Cullins. These are college prospects on defense coming in on offense on what's going to be 4th and 2 right now. Quavy Eccles will be the tailback. Grimstead will be in a shotgun. only one receiver right now. It's going to be Eccles, hit, and
second effort.
He had to have second effort, otherwise it's short. Camden still thinks they got the stop.
They're going to measure.
Yeah, no signal yet, but I believe they're going to measure here.
Well, it was close.
Official timeout for measurement.
Let's see if we can see here in live action when they bring the chains out. So this is one of those where Eccles is just in that sort of ball of humanity. Now, from the looks there, it looks like he
down?
Got the...
Couldn't tell.
Hard to tell a little
Tough
bit.
angle.
I will tell you, the Camden sideline thought they had it right away.
So that's Jason Thompson, linebacker coach, former South Paulding head coach. They got it.
Yeah, they got it.
He's a linebacker coach now at Camden. He was not happy with that spot.
Yeah, so the reaction on the Camden sideline, listen, they're also partisan. We understand that. But the reaction from them immediately was they thought they'd gotten the stop. But the officials and the chain does not agree. And now, fresh set of downs here for North Cobb. They stay bunched there at the line of scrimmage. Bellew back in as the running back. He takes the handoff, fighting down to about the 16. Hard yards there by the freshman. Got like 5 on first down there, and we're in the red zone.
They hit him for about a 1 to 2 yard gain. And leg drive, and offensive lineman pushed that up to about a 5 yard gain, Brandon. See the North Cobb guys pushing the pile. Good job. Tough yards for a freshman again.
Bellew not
freshman.
really, and by the way, I mentioned the red zone presented by IBEW Local 613. Bellew not really known as the power back, but that time he had plenty of it. He's going to get it again. Trying to go right side. Bellew will score the game. First points from 16 yards out. Here goes the freshman into the end zone.
Boy, did he show a burst. I hate to even say it, Brandon. That's class of 2028. That sounds like 10 years from now. But that freshman running back there had a different burst on that touchdown. Watch him turn this one up when he sees this hole here. Foot in the ground, up the field, nice cut, touchdown.
And that is what North Cobb has been doing all year long, averaging 256 yards per game on the ground as Michael Hill comes on for the PAT. And his kick is good. The Warriors so tough up front. Rotating running backs, churning out big yards, and then finally getting to pay dirt with the freshman Zach Bellew. A classic North Cobb drive. We'll be right back.
Hey, is the power off on this?
I don't know. Just take it off.
Safety violation, unsafe work conditions.
In the construction trades unions, safety is our highest priority, and we train you to recognize and speak out on unsafe working conditions so that everyone arrives and goes home safely. Learn about careers in construction at GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com.
That's me. Hey, does it matter if this leaks?
It don't matter to me. Can't see it from my house.
Illegal use of hands and proper training.
GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com has 14 different highly skilled trades with tuition-free training in our certified apprenticeship programs to train you the right way. Find your career at GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com.
What happens after you graduate? Will you go to the next level? Will people have your back in the heat of the battle? Will you still train like a champion in pursuit of greatness? You will when you become an IBEW electrician. join our team, visit IBEW613.org.
Deep shot from London. He makes the catch. The shot for Pierce, and who else but Jesse Bates? Moore fires through. Touchdown Atlanta. That goes nowhere. Find the pylon for the Atlanta touchdown. He's sacked into the end zone. And touchdown Atlanta. What a throw.
Great teams are committed, focused on the details, and work hard to be their best. From practice to games, right down to their gear. Your field is a critical part of the game that allows your athletes to showcase their abilities. Sports Turf is committed to bringing your team innovative sports surfaces with unparalleled performance. You bring the vision, our team brings it to life.
For a healthier future together, look to Northside Hospital.
The GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com drive for the GHSA state title is sponsored by Sports Turf. You bring the vision, we'll bring it to life. Deer Park. Visit DeerParkWater.com to nominate your team for the Deer Park Team of the Week all season long. The Georgia Army National Guard. Live here, serve here, work here. Smart Local 85. Sheet metal is a smart move. And by the Governor's Office of Highway Safety. Seatbelts save lives. The Governor's Office of Highway Safety reminds you to buckle up before every trip.
All right, welcome back, everyone. North Cobb leads over Camden County right now 7-0. North Cobb undefeated 10-0. Champs from Region 5 here in the 6A classification. Camden County, the 4 seed from the Region 1 in 6A, traveling almost 6 hours to get here.
Yeah. Most of them came up, I believe, it said half the team came up last night, did a walkthrough today, and that's very common out of the South Georgia teams that have to make this road trip.
Michael Hill will kick things off. Cluster of Wildcats back there to return it. They'll get a chance to inside the 5-yard line. Getting across the 20 up near the 24-yard line. And that's where Camden County will come back to work here. Of course, Breda Pest Management knows your house inside and out with a customized treatment plan that stops any bugs and critters. Breda does it right, protecting the inside and the outside of your home, because it's the bugs inside your house. Those are the ones that you want gone. Breda. They handle bugs and critters. So it's interesting. Elias Williams, the Georgia commit, which many of the folks in our audience curious to see, who just saw wearing number 0. He has a sack tonight, but if I'm remembering correctly, he does not have a catch yet.
He had one attempted throw to him. I would imagine they're got one target. They're going to get him some targets here. He's in motion right here.
Riendo takes the snap. Going to keep it in the middle. Handoff, and North Cobb is right there. Middle of that defense for North Cobb is just tough, and you saw Camp Collins coming up celebrating after that.
Yeah, they want to run the football, but at some point, you got a unique athlete. If I'm going to go down, he's going to go down with a bunch of targets. See him wide to the top of the screen.
Be far left of the formation. Kind of a 1-by-2 look here. Couple of.
They're going to roll the safety toward him. Yep.
In motion goes Sean Green. He'll go left side now, too. Handoff again. This one going the way of Hardy. Hardy gets up to the 31-yard line to make third down more manageable. They actually give him the 32.
He's quick, too, now.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, Hardy, 831 yards on the ground coming into tonight. Has an offer from East Carolina. 17 touchdowns as well.
Big third down here. Defense just gave up a long drive. You want to kind of get the chains, move the clock a little bit, rest them up.
North Cobb creeps guys to the line of scrimmage. Riendo moves his back to the left. Tight end Locklear goes in motion. Handoff.
Pinned on the spot. He gave it. He's got it.
The spot's going to give it to him, and I believe that's the correct call.
Yeah.
Forward motion probably got him there, forward progress, and then probably knocked back a bit after that.
Yeah, he got that. It's kind of hard with the angle.
So ball now on the 34, 4:12 and ticking here towards halftime. Keep your eye on that Breda Pass Manning, the score ticker for scores around our state tonight.
Well, both teams running the football. This first half is flying by, Brandon.
Jonathan Stamos, the receiver on the right side. Now he'll go in motion. North Cobb shows a zone look here. Hardy, another big gain for him. Up to about the 42, so he gets like 8.
He's about 8 or 9 there to come in motion away. Overload the left, top of the screen. Just hit a little zone back to the right.
For the year, both these teams running it in excess of 60% of the time. Camden County doing that right now. This time it's an RPO pass play. That's caught by Green. Green finds a seam down the sideline to the 30-yard line into Warrior territory. Sean Green.
Man, he turned on the Jets when he caught it. I think from what Chad Simmons, who's here from On 3, tells me, that is the nephew of former J.J. Green, who was...
Is that right?
Yeah, so who played at Georgia and Georgia Tech.
That's exactly right. Sure did. Yeah, Sean Green, who just made that...
Timeout.
Second timeout.
Oops, Cobb. That's their second timeout.
Sean Green, who just made that catch, has been, according to Coach Rowland, electric timed on a 40-yard dash at 4.47 seconds.
I believe it right there.
Showing some real speed, and one of the great athletes that we're showcasing for you in tonight's game. Another timeout means we'll take 1-2 and then be right back.
What is GMFB overtime?
It's this, that, and a whole lot of 5 days a week. Let's go. Here we go. It's football for everyone.
Weekdays at 10 on Peachtree Sports Network. True to Atlanta, true to the South Side. This is our city. Don't miss it as your Skyhawks take on the Blue Coats in high-action, high-speed G League basketball. Monday at 7 p.m. on Peachtree Sports Network. This is a Peachtree Sports Network weather update, powered by Atlanta News First. Sponsored by Cool Ray.
I'm meteorologist Jennifer Valdez with your Peachtree Sports Network weather update. An amazing evening ahead. We will see clear skies, not a raindrop in sight. It will be very nice for any Friday night plans, but it will be cooler. So make sure you plan on taking a jacket if you are heading out this evening. Waking up Saturday morning, it will be chilly if you have soccer or if you have baseball, softball. I'd bring a light jacket. Lots of sunshine during the day on Saturday, and we'll keep it sunny through the afternoon. In fact, notice the gorgeous weather for the entire state of Georgia. By Sunday, more sunshine in the forecast. So it's going to be an amazing fall-like weekend to go out and enjoy. Do keep in mind it will be a little cooler tonight, especially across far north Georgia, as temperatures drop to the 30s and 40s from Gainesville to Atlanta to Rome. Then a cool but warmer day tomorrow.
Washington Media Scholars Foundation, proudly celebrating over 15 years of empowering college students through scholarships, career opportunities, and industry connections. Compete for over $150,000 in scholarships and an all-expense-paid networking trip to Washington, D.C. Connect with top media companies, enhance your media skills, and advance your career. Visit mediascholars.org to learn more.
And we are back, 3:19 to go in our first half. Brandon Adams, Rusty Manziel. Kaylee Manziel will have you for the halftime show here coming up in a moment. You see a good look at the North Cobb cheerleaders, and there are plenty of them here, taking up the entire sideline almost. Stamos goes in motion, and then the coming out of a timeout, whistle's going to blow again. And, boy, that kind of...
False start. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
So it's North Cobb that called the timeout, and then out of that timeout, Camden County comes out and gets a false start coming out of it.
It's hard to say. It's been a sloppy game. You know what I mean? No rhythm, like you said. Quick score, Valdosta 28, Walton 13, late in the second half. Valdosta driving again.
Riendo will throw. Williams is there, but it's an interception. Converging to come up with the football was Dylan Womack. That is his 8th interception of the season. They had it picked out early. They were going to try to go to Williams right there, and Womack comes over to get it.
Yeah, he's going to wish he would have had this one back. Kind of floats it, undercut, leaves it a little bit short. With a player like Williams, he's got that catch radius. He's got that height. You can throw it behind the defenders, let that ball float a little bit, and the speed in North Cobb just cuts that route for a big interception here with 3 minutes to go in the first half. And here comes their offense again.
That's our electrifying play of the half, brought to you by Ingrid Stubbs. Womack's 8th pick of the season. Amazing year for him. I don't know how many guys we've done. Of course, we're also later in the season, but who've had 8 interceptions now in a year.
In any league, any level.
Handoff going Bellew there on first. Actually, let me correct myself on that. That's not Bellew. That's going to be Eccles instead.
Got a flag down.
Flag down. What else is new?
This is the first night in North Georgia. It's been cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been unseasonably warm.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. Results in a 1st and 10.
That's a big penalty.
That's a big penalty.
Because this has not been a lopsided first half, but if you're Camden and by shortening the field, if you create a 2-touchdown deficit, I think you're going to really feel like you kind of gave something away after you sort of fought.
Had a lot of momentum.
North Cobb to an even.
Yep, a lot of momentum.
Yeah, and had a lot of momentum prior to the interception on the target intended for Williams. Boy, we are just, it's like trying to start an old, jalopy right. We just cannot quite get this thing going. Ball's rolling all over the field. Had to go be picked up.
It has been a sloppy first half.
All right, 3 minutes to go here. 3 receivers left side for North Cobb. Grimstead going to throw middle of the field. It's a pass caught. Hard hit right away. Flag comes flying in. Malcolm Smith was the recipient of that, and he got hit right away by Xavier Brown, the all-region linebacker.
I don't know if this was face mask or horse collar, but it's a personal foul. Let's see what happens when he comes up right here. Oh, yeah, face mask. Got to let go, too. Yeah.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. Results in a 1st and 10.
So let's keep in mind here
now you're really. That's 30 yards.
Second 15-yard penalty on this drive. You do not want to spot North Cobb 2 touchdowns in its own building. Ball at the Wildcat 46. 2:52 to go. First half. 2 tight end set for North Cobb. It's going to be a halfback option pass.
He's got
Throwing. Man is there. It is incomplete. Ingram is the one that took the snap. Steele Ingram let it go. The intended target there was Sebastian Easley.
Well, I love this play call. Let's see if he, right at the very end, watch number 4. See if he gets his hand in there late. Yes, he fights right through the ball. Good play, man.
Terry and King had the coverage, and give Camden County a ton of credit. They did not bite on that at all. They stayed at home.
Just got just enough to get back.
Good throw by Ingram, too.
Yes, it was.
Grimstead throwing left side. This time he tries to give Ingram a chance to do his normal job, which is be a receiver, but perhaps a little too low that time from Grimstead?
Grimstead's been off a little bit so far in the first half. A lot more accurate. We saw him against Walton. Very good passer, but right now he's been just a step off tonight a little bit.
Looking at 3rd and 10.
It's a big play because Camden gets the ball back the second half. They're trying to go 2-for-1 possessions right here if they can get the ball back.
Yeah, suddenly we were talking about, a couple of 15-yard penalties putting Camden in harm's way. Now, if you get the stop on 4th down, all of a sudden you get a chance to regain that momentum. Big swing here coming. Pressure on Grimstead. Grimstead going to get rid of it. It's going to be a pass, and it's going to be caught. And I believe it's going to be half a yard short.
Yeah, they're going to go for this. Going to bring up about a 4th and a half a yard. I wouldn't be surprised if they just go jumbo. Yep, they're going to bring in 8, going to bring in 55.
Freshman Christian Peacock hauled it in. And as Rusty said, going to bring those big guys from defense back over here. Moody and Collins, they're all coming back in. And now it's 4th and short. 4th and 1. Last time, North Cobb got it. Packed them all in tight. He's about fighting in a phone booth right here. Going to be a hand and up the middle. Bellew going to get it across the 30-yard line in the process down to the 29. Hard yards for the freshman.
Good job blocking up front by North Cobb. They were shoe-to-shoe, tight splits. Just hit him on a crease, and the freshman does the rest.
He really runs through contact
he is
really
strong.
well.
His lower trunk. Oof.
It's one of the first things you notice about a running back is how bothered he is by contact.
Those contact balance.
That's right.
I ain't got to say it this much this year, man. It's been got to get that contact balance in tonight.
Minute 24, fake. Grimstead now throwing towards the end zone. It is caught. Touchdown, Michael Billingsley.
Great throw and catch, and he split 2 Camden County defenders. Watch him drop this in the bucket. Watch him run right through 2 defenders. Hits him right in the hands for a touchdown.
28 yards. Billingsley got behind the defense. North Cobb is now up 2 scores. Michael Hill will now come on to try the PAT. Hill's perfect on the season, 43 for 43.
Man, if you're Camden, you got to look at this and go, we were on the 20. And then you have a turnover, and North Cobb, 2 unsportsmanlike, two personal fouls. Convert a 4th down and then drop one in the bucket for a touchdown.
Saw Billingsley give the ball a spin there. Pretty good form there on that. And while we have a moment in the action, let's pause in the action. Let's remind you about Breda Pest Management. That if you switch your termite protection to Breda Pest Management, and your rate can be locked in now for 10 years. That means if live termites were ever found, Breda's going to retreat, fix the damage, and honor the rest of your contract, all for free. Breda, they handle bugs and critters. So all of this set up because Camden County is making a concerted effort to get the ball to Elias Williams.
Out of a timeout.
And I can't be mad about that.
No.
Right? You've got to get the ball to Williams. But in this case, it's just a good job defensively by North Cobb, who also sensed that same thing.
Yep. Again, I think the quarterback would want to have that ball back. Left it a little bit short. And when you got a wide receiver athlete like that,
Hill will kick it short this time. It's going to be a fair catch. And the ball dropped. Lands at the 24. Every short kickoff we ever see
in high school football, it is absolutely
they are all
an
just adventures.
It don't matter if it's 6A, private, single A. When you kick one short in high school football, it's hold your breath.
All right, so minute 16. Given the high-powered nature of the Camden offense, my guess is they're looking to make something happen right here.
Yeah, I would imagine, and see if you can pop something early. But don't forget to get the ball back second half. Open it up. It's always where you get a draw, screen, something. See if you pop 10, 15 yards.
Antoine Williams back at running back. Riendo going to get hit hard. Going to go down to the 24-yard line. Cooper Negron, who's had an unbelievable year for North Cobb, there to help bring him down.
And big Bryce Wilson, number 11. Watch him come in. Nice hit. Remember 54? I think he was player of the game against Walton.
Rusty, he came in tonight with 122 tackles.
I mean, he's a football player, not the biggest dude.
See a handoff now, perhaps the sack, convincing Camden County to think better of their original offensive plans. But they're going to have third and short here coming up, though. Or third and manageable, let's call that.
Chippy here, clock running, 30 seconds. You throw one up. You throw one up here.
I mean, given the time, you got the personnel. It's Williams on the left side here. It's Riendo, though. Negron just beats him right away again. And so Camden County going to go to the locker room here.
They have been unable to run the football tonight on North Cobb.
So if you're the Warriors defensively, you got to call it a win. You certainly have to call it a win. Williams is going to end the first half without getting a catch.
Timeout. North Cobb.
And North Cobb is going to call their final timeout.
They're going to make them punt.
As a way of making them punt. So if you're Shane Queen here, are you setting up return or are you sending block? Knowing that a penalty, if you go for the block and don't get it, does give Camden County a first down, although very little time to do anything with it.
That's what I call big boy decisions. So if I'm North Cobb, I set up for the return, see if you can get something.
Yeah.
Because if you rough the kicker, you get 15 yards, first down, you get the ball to midfield, then you bring Elias Williams back into play.
And do you also just let the kick bounce here? Because obviously if you go for the catch and don't get it, well, now you set them up on an even shorter field.
If you call a timeout, you trust your return guys. I would much rather take the chance right here and see if we can pop one with our two returners.
I love the timeout call, though. I like being aggressive, especially when you're looking at a two-touchdown lead.
Yes, sir.
Knowing that the possession goes Camden County's way.
Yep.
So it's going to be Butler who's back to receive the kick, Miles Butler.
They look like they're coming.
They have 10 guys at the line of scrimmage. Here they come!
Oh, my.
Punt away, but just barely.
Yes.
Ball now going to take a bounce and favorable for North Cobb. So ball rest at the Warrior 44.
They came after it. Now, do you take a shot here?
Boy, you certainly could. You got to think if they're going for it here. Now, they have no timeout, so if you're thinking field goal, you probably don't have, unless it's really pretty past the sideline, you don't have time to rush a field goal kicker out there. It's almost like you want to get the ball to look for number 2 here, Steele Ingram, maybe getting it underneath and trying to, maybe make a man miss or something like that.
Yeah, they go trips this way. What are they doing here? Go one back. They got trips up top.
Yeah, and so Ingram is, who I mentioned, number 2 is going to be kind of bunched over there.
They better hurry. Play clock is just going quick.
Yeah, they're at 3. They're not going to get it off. By the way, yeah, they're not going to get it off. No. They're going to back them up. Although I don't know that 5 yards changes all that much.
Delay a game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
I mean, I don't think that was going to be a throw to the end zone anyway. So you're essentially running the same play.
Yep.
Although they are going to make some changes. Sebastian Easley, you're going to see him
now they're going to
running off. Okay,
yeah.
So now Grimstead just takes the knee, and after some theatrics, the first half comes to a close. And the Warriors fans stand up and give their team an ovation, and why would they not? 10-0 in the regular season, and now 14-0 to end the first half. After not getting out of the first run a year ago, Warriors have their sights set on advancing, but a big second half awaits.
Trades Institute is an opportunity towards personal financial freedom through hands-on and rewarding work. Our school is completely free and gives apprentices the knowledge and skills required to gain access to a lifelong career path. Apprentices learn pipe fitting, plumbing, mechanical service, and welding. They earn money as they learn and graduate with no student debt. Start a career with the Mechanical Trades Institute and change your financial future.
The Georgia Sheet Metal JETC equips apprentices with the knowledge and skills required to start a rewarding career in the sheet metal industry with programs in HVAC, industrial welding, and testing, adjusting, and balancing. Training is 100% free and allows apprentices to earn as they learn. Journeymen graduate with no student debt and have the potential to earn more than most college graduates. Visit our website to learn more about this opportunity at careersinsheetmetal.com.
Planting season is here, and it's time to get your yard looking its best. So treat your yard to the perfect touch from the professionals at Personal Touch Lawn Care. Mowing, maintenance, design, and construction. Personal Touch Lawn Care does it all.
If my yard is taken care of, it's one thing off my list that I don't have to worry about.
Sign up now for monthly maintenance and get the 12th month free.
Big enough to serve you, small enough to know you.
Personal Touch Lawn Care, 770-908-1238 or online at ptlcatlanta.com.
Georgia Match just made going to college in Georgia unbelievably easy. Check it out.
With Georgia Match, let them log into the portal and see all of their options and just go ahead and hit that admissions button.
It's a genuine, joyful, motivational reaction I see from students and parents alike.
One of the values that Georgia Match brings is that it puts the power in the hands of the students.
Claim your spot. Go to georgiafutures.org or ask your counselor. See you on campus.
The GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com drive for the GHSA state title is sponsored by the Atlanta Falcons. Rise up. The Georgia Elite Classic, Georgia's largest all-star games. Breda Pest Management, the official pest control of Atlanta. Personal Touch Lawn Care. The smallest details make the biggest difference. The Georgia Sheet Metal and Air Conditioning Contractors Association. CareersInSheetMetal.com. Building a solid future. And by R.S. Andrews. Story after story, we deliver smiles.
And welcome to the Halftime Show brought to you by Sports Turf. I am Kaylee Mansell, joined by Stuart Spencer, the business manager for the IUEC Local 32. We've never had your trade on our show before. Can you explain more about what it is and what's the day-to-day look like on the job?
We are the International Union of Elevator Constructors. We build, maintain, modernize, and service elevators. The day-to-day job is whatever it takes to work on an elevator. Whether it's installation or the service or the modernization of those units.
You've been a part of the union for well over 30 years now. What's kept you in your trade for so long?
It is a great, challenging trade. It's a career. It's not just a job. We have great benefits. We have great pay. It's very satisfying. If you like to work with your hands, it's a great job to have.
You mentioned the benefits aspect of it. What is the benefit?
Oh, fabulous insurance. Yeah. Pension, annuity, retirement, all of that. And 401k.
So you are a former athlete, also a former vet. We thank you for your service, by the way. I feel like a lot of the things that you learn in those jobs transfer over well to the job. What are those characteristics that you're looking for in an employee?
Oh, we look for promptness. You have to be there on time every day, ready to work. Just the same dedication that you would as an athlete to your craft and to your trade, performance. Yeah. If you put the work in, you get the benefit.
One of the things that One of the things that I'm always interested to find out is what are some of the projects that you've worked on, or what's the project that you're most proud of?
Oh, all the high-rise buildings in downtown. We work on all the elevators. 191, Nations Bank Tower, SunTrust Tower. Those all have elevators that were installed by the people from my local.
So if you could tell someone at home one thing about your trade, whether it's something that's misunderstood or like a fun fact about it, what would it be?
It is the safest form of mechanical transportation we have today.
Why is that?
It moves more people per mile, more miles per day with less incidents or injury than airplanes, automobiles, trains, anything else.
Okay, well, if there's anybody at home that wants to find out more about your trade, where can they go?
You can call my union hall, the International Union of Elevator Constructors, Local 32.
All right, well, thank you so much for joining us. Let's go ahead and take a look at the North Cobb Band.
I wish I could draw, but I'm not as creative as the other kids.
Just make a mark and see where it takes you. beautiful dog.
At Ingalls, we've been your neighbors since 1963, and we've been through a lot together. Side by side, we've weathered hurricanes, wildfires, tornadoes, and floods. And always, we've been there to pick each other up, dust each other off, and get back to living. We can do it again. We're here. We've been here, and we're not going anywhere. Ingalls, we're with you every step of the way.
When you say let's go to breakfast, you mean let's go to McDonald's. Obviously. Mix and match like a Chicken McGriddles and hash browns for $2.79. Add a medium-iced coffee for $1.99. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
What is GMFB overtime?
It's this, that, and a whole lot of 5 days a week.
Let's go. Here we go.
It's football for everyone.
Weekdays at 10 on Peachtree Sports Network.
True to Atlanta, true to the South Side. This is our city. Don't miss it as your Skyhawks take on the Bluecoats in high-action, high-speed G League basketball. Monday at 7 p.m. on Peachtree Sports Network.
We interrupt with breaking news.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
A chaotic chase involving a Gwinnett County transit bus.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Take a look. The road is washed out.
The all-new Local News Live streaming app. Search LNL on your TV, on your phone.
Step out of the way so you guys can get a better view.
Local News Live. Always streaming. Always free.
Why would drug dealers put a lethal dose of fentanyl in drugs if they know it's so harmful?
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable. Really just all about the money.
There's a lot of little dots in many different colors.
Welcome back to the Halftime Show, brought to you by Sports Turf. It's time for our BSN Halftime guest. I'm here with the Matts, Matt Moody, the principal, Matt Williams, the AD. Do people ever get y'all confused?
They call us the Matts often.
Yeah.
I tell them that I look a little younger than him, but he doesn't like that.
I have to plead the fifth on that. Listen, Cobb County schools, people love to send their students here. Amazing school system. What is it about North Cobb that separates it from the rest?
Well, obviously, being situated between Ackworth and Kennesaw, we love getting that support from both communities. We've been here since 1958, and so many people trace their roots back to this area. For years, You had McEachern and North Cobb were the only two schools out in the western Cobb, and our families have been here, 60 plus years, and now, we have an international magnet school, and we attract kids from all over the county. About 450 kids come from all different parts of our county and come become a warrior, and it's really a neat dynamic we have here at North Cobb.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we've interviewed anyone or been to a school yet that had a program like that. Can you tell me more about what that program entails?
Yeah, the magnet school, it's grounded in social sciences, if you will. Really an emphasis on being a global student. They travel, we have 2 international travel trips per year.
Wow.
So as principal, that can be a little stressful. They're out of the country, but our teachers do a phenomenal job with them. And the part I like about it is our magnet school is it's embedded in our school. So it's not a separate school. So you have magnet kids that have classes with non-magnet kids, and I think that's a good thing. They get along great, but it really attracts a lot of kids from all over our county.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. Now, Mr. Williams, I know we get to sit here and we get to watch football, but y'all recently hosted a signing day for different sports. What was that like, and how cool is it to know that you're prepping students that are going to go play sports at the next level?
Signing days are definitely very special. We have a lot of people in our community come out, families, teammates. We signed 6 in the early period, and it's just great to see those families get to have free education.
And doing this for a while, I know that apart from the players and the coaches, obviously, no one works harder on game day than the athletic director. And this is the first round of the playoffs. Is there any difference on hosting a playoff game versus a regular season game?
It's definitely a lot more pressure because you lose, you go home. But I do the same thing for every football Friday. I mean, we try to make it an experiment here, not just a game.
All right, last thing for you. I mean, we've been doing this a long time. We get a lot of first-year, second-year, third-year coaches, but Shane Queen's been here for a long time. I mean, just talk about the consistency of having a guy that knows the school so well, knows the program so well, and how that makes your job a little bit easier.
Shane's great. I mean, he does a phenomenal job. He makes these kids well-rounded kids. And makes once they get out of high school, they're successful. And if you look at our sideline, we probably got 20 alumni back just hanging out on the sideline. He does a great job.
Well, Matt Williams, Matt Moody, that is so much fun to say. I'm not going to ignore that. Thank you both for joining us, and thank you for allowing us to be here.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks a lot.
All right, guys, we'll be right back after the break.
Are you ready for a match made in Georgia? Georgia Match is changing the way Georgia high school students go to college.
There were so many different writing prompts, and it was a lot.
It was very time-consuming and difficult.
It was kind of like a nerve-wracking thing.
And I was like, oh, I actually have to think about college.
I didn't know if it was worth going to college, maybe go to work and start my life that way.
A lot of students do experience stress and anxiety. They don't know what colleges they could even have a hope of attending.
The main issue is how complicated the college going process is.
$50 for this college application, $25 for this, $75 for this one.
It's tedious. There's a lot of information.
It's just kind of a daunting task to go through all the paperwork.
She wasn't thinking about college, but I was.
I was like, this sounds so easy. Why wouldn't I apply to college with this?
It has all of the colleges in Georgia that they look to be pre-qualified for.
It's explaining the Georgia colleges that you're eligible for based on your Hope GPA.
It was better than like searching schools one by one online.
There was probably about 20 to 25 on the Georgia Match that came in.
There's so many colleges out there, but Georgia Match made it easier for me to pick out which college I wanted to go to.
They are pretty surprised at how many options they have in the state of Georgia.
Georgia Match takes into consideration everything. They do the hard work for you.
They can just click save my spot. It is as simple as that.
They give you a beginning push to just motivate you to even apply.
Without having to spend hours on end in front of a computer repeatedly entering in the same information.
Several students came up with their letter and wanted to know, are they serious? Like I could really apply to all of these? And yes, it's real.
I got into about 6 or 7. It saved me hours of application times and money.
Look at all these schools I can apply to and actually get in. And it was just like an exciting feeling and confident booster for sure. her plan was to go to Clemson. But with Georgia Match, it only made sense that she stay within the state of Georgia.
Students don't know what is all in Georgia, and there's so many other options that they might not ever even think about.
And they don't realize how good Georgia schools are.
It's an excellent program for the students to know all of their options.
The Georgia Match program did take away the intimidations of trying to find the right school that fit him.
I didn't know that she could get accepted into so many schools. It made me happy.
As soon as I saw my colleges I got accepted to, I almost made the decision immediately.
I get my Georgia Match results back and I'm able to go through an easy application process with no money down.
They have so much on their plate right now, anything to make decisions easier.
I think Georgia Match gave her a lot of confidence.
Be responsible and accountable for his choices is probably one of the greatest accomplishments a parent can have.
If I didn't see these options with Georgia Match, the amazing results that I got, I probably would have ended up at Clemson University.
It makes me super confident about what I want to do.
If Georgia Match didn't exist, there's no way I would be applying to 25 schools.
It quickly boosted my confidence, thinking, okay, they want me.
The state of Georgia just does a wonderful job of giving our kids options.
Seeing that list was super inspirational, motivational.
You say, oh my gosh, my options were 0, and now it's the world. And it gives them hope. It's nice.
It definitely builds my confidence. It makes me think I'm like the smartest person in the world.
I claim my spot with Georgia Match.
Yo tengo mi sitio con Georgia Match.
I claim my spot with Georgia Match.
I claim my spot with Georgia Match.
I claim my spot with Georgia Match.
Man, you know how to do this? Man, I don't even know. I was flipping burgers last week.
Violation, unsportsmanlike conduct, impersonating a craftsman.
Skilled trade unions are well-trained career pros, not part-timers. Construction is a rewarding and lucrative career with the advancement potential, but you have to do it the right way with the right training. Learn how you can be a pro. Find your career at GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com.
Beginning the morning you opened your eyes, we spent every waking moment preparing you for the day you'd leave our nest. Whether it's driving to practice or helping with homework, it's all prepared you for, what am I going to be when I grow up? Will you be ready?
After much thought, I made my decision to take my talents to the IBEW Local 613.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers is not simply a job, it's a career. Visit IBEW613.org to begin a new future today.
We celebrate the athletes, the buzzer beaters, the record breakers, the wins. Now, it's time to celebrate the people behind it all. The advice givers, the community shapers, the game changers, the life changers. It's time to celebrate our coaches. Join all of us at BSN Sports and show your coach some love by sharing their story with #ThankYouCoach.
Great teams are committed, focused on the details, and work hard to be their best. From practice to games, right down to their gear. Your field is a critical part of the game that allows your athletes to showcase their athletic abilities. Sports Turf is committed to bringing your team innovative sports surfaces with unparalleled performance. You bring the vision. Our team brings it to life.
For a healthier future together, look to Northside Hospital.
We are back, everybody. 14-0 our score. You get a look at North Cobb going through its paces before the third quarter begins, which is only a couple of moments away. But prior to that, Brandon Adams, Rusty Manziel, and I think if you're a Warriors fan, you got to be able to feel pretty good here. You took some shots from Camden County, but you found a way to get to the break up 2 touchdowns, making some things happen on offense, and keeping, more importantly, Camden County off the scoreboard when their offense was on the field.
Kind of got going, established what you've done all year, been physical up front, 2 long drives. And then Grimstead, who I think was a little bit off, delivers his best ball of that night for a touchdown. But Camden County is kind of what happened. North Cobb kind of established late in the half.
So that's our description of how it all went down the first half. How about we give you a chance to see it for yourself here? Some first half highlights playing out just a moment ago. And, boy, when you talk about the freshman running back, Zach Bellew, getting to the end zone right there. What a first half for that young man.
Right after a 4th down conversion. Remember, it was really tight on that measurement, and they come back and score. This is a ball I think Camden would want to have back. He just kind of floats that, leaves it underneath. You want to throw that ball deep for your athlete, Elias Williams. Big interception there, and they capitalize right here.
Dylan Womack got that, and then striking back on a touchdown. Nick Grimstead finding Micah Billingsley, and that was our 14 points for North Cobb there in the first half. Of course, these halftime highlights brought to you by the Mechanical Trades Institute. And you see Grimstead there who, listen, you talk to Shane Queen, one of the things he'll say is, our quarterback's not getting enough attention. Well, guess what? He's on television tonight, and he gets a chance to lead his team to the second round of the playoffs. That'll certainly go a long way towards earning him attention. But Camden County gets the football to begin the third quarter. They've got their own high-powered offense they're ready to unveil. And we'll see if the third period gives them a chance to do that. One more quick timeout from us, then we're right back to second half action here. Glad to have you with us at the Peachtree Sports Network, and, of course, streaming on Atlanta News First.
So, you gonna play this week?
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 You gonna play this week? You gonna play this week?
You gonna play this week?
You gonna play this week?
And welcome to the Ingalls Game of the Week as the Warhorses square off against the rival.
He's going in.
He's going in. Go, baby!
Ingalls, we're with you every step of the way.
When you say let's go to breakfast, you mean let's go to McDonald's. Obviously. Mix and match like a Chicken McGriddles and hash browns for $2.79. Add a medium-iced coffee for $1.99. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Hi, my name is Damian Clark. If you have both Medicare and Medicaid, I have some really encouraging news that you'll definitely want to hear. Depending on the plans available in your area, you may be eligible to get extra benefits with the Humana Medicare Advantage Dual Eligible Special Needs Plan. Most plans include the Humana Healthy Options Allowance, a monthly allowance to help pay for eligible groceries, utilities, rent, and over-the-counter items. The Healthy Options Allowance is loaded onto a prepaid card each month, and whatever you don't spend carries over from each month. Plus, your doctor, hospital, and pharmacy may already be part of our large Humana networks. So call the number on your screen now and ask about a Humana Medicare Advantage Dual Eligible Special Needs Plan. And remember, annual enrollment ends on December 7th. Humana, a more human way to healthcare.
It takes passion, hustle, grit. And it only works if you do. It's the dream. And the only place to find it is on Peachtree TV, where your Atlanta dream takes on the basketball world, where the dream becomes a reality, where the dream is the other team's worst nightmare. Only on Atlanta's own Peachtree TV.
Why would drug dealers put a lethal dose of fentanyl in drugs if they know it's so harmful?
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable. Really just all about the money.
We are back, everybody. The round one action here on the drive for the GHSA state title, presented by GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com. North Cobb leads Camden County 14-0, but Wildcats do get the football, though, to start the third quarter. Brandon Adams, Rusty Manziel, Kaylee Manziel doing a great job during our halftime and manning our host position here at Emory Sewell Stadium on the campus of North Cobb High School. Beautiful facility, great support here My first time being back here in a few years. It's been a while since we've done North Cobb games, but I don't think I've done one here at North Cobb in a little while.
Done a big game a couple years ago when Malachi Singleton played Buford right here. Tough game there. Ironically, Jake Pope, who made some news this week, but Jake Pope at Buford had a really good game that night. Isaiah Bond, who now plays at Texas, caught a big ball. It was a great football game. So it's been a couple of years, but, man, I've seen some really good football games here at North Cobb. Coach Queen does a great job. And, this on paper is not his most talented team. I told him the other day, I said, Coach, you've had some very high-profile teams, some really high-profile teams that have not won. And I said, man, you're flying under the radar here. And he goes, hey, don't bring it up right now. Right?
Yeah. Let's keep it that way.
Keep it that way, So it would be kind of an interesting story, man, to see how deep they could go with maybe a team that's not as talented on paper, but has certainly produced this year for North Cobb.
Yeah, and keep in mind we sort of started the show by saying that too. The broadcast today by saying that when you look at the way in which they really did not play a close football game,
they ran through some teams now.
Completely, ran through everybody. But also keep this in mind as you see Travis Rowland there. That this is a Camden County team that has scored a lot of points, this season. They have been in excess of 40 plus, into the 50s several times. And so if you're North Cobb, I don't think you certainly take a breath here because you know just how quickly you can change the game offensively if you're Camden County.
Keep in mind here as you watch this game unfold, the winner of this, oh, by the way, your reward is you get the winner of Douglas County and Mill Creek next week.
Short kick here. They want to keep it away from Coleman. Ball is dropped. And North Cobb got it. Wow. It's the second time tonight we've seen a short kick bounce on the ground, and this one did, and North Cobb jumped on it, and this is potentially a devastating swing of momentum for a Camden County team that wanted to put a drive together to begin the third quarter.
Man, just an unbelievable start for North Cobb, and as bad as it could get for Camden. My goodness. They covered that thing up quickly. That's 2 plays in a row, so you have to know it was coming.
Yeah. So the story here, too, is David Coleman is the returner for Camden County. That's a guy who's taken 3 kick returns back for a touchdown this year. He's a junior with Florida State, LSU offers. It's a big-time athlete. He's playing some on offense, plays a lot on defense. So they're kicking it away from him, and then it even turns into a turnover. Now Grimstead on first down.
Boy, you have got to stop here. If you're Camden County, you at least got to hold this thing to 3. You do not want to go down 21 points early in the second half.
4 yards on first down for Grimstead. You see what North Cobb has done tonight. Both teams kind of in a feeling out process to begin with, but you got the sense after the Bellevue touchdown run that this offense for North Cobb was starting to figure it out.
Foul. Blocking below the waist. Offense. 15-yard penalty from the previous guy.
That's a big penalty there.
So break for Camden County on that penalty. You back them up.
Look at my man. Look at my nose guard there. Look at Elias Williams standing at 6'7". And look at my nose guard that might be on a good day 5'8". Look at my man there at left guard.
It is. It's really something to see.
That's high school football right there. That's high school football. Got to love it.
Williams, the Georgia commit, if you're just tuning in, wears number 0. He's obviously, kind of the hybrid tight end, maybe even a wide receiver for this Camden County team. He essentially plays wide receiver almost exclusively. But he also had a sack on the defensive side to begin the game. He's been relatively quiet since then, targeted twice, one of those resulting in interception. Here is a handoff again, and this time it's like a wildcat handoff. And a nice carry there by Christian Peacock, who is the backup quarterback.
Speed, man. Speed.
Peacock, just a freshman. We've had several freshmen play big roles in today's game.
And that is crazy, the amount of freshmen playing 6A football. Watch him get out on the edge here, just outrun the Camden defenders. Great block there out on the edge.
Right there, running right into our cameraman. You talk about into your living room, onto your sofa.
Hey, everybody's got to be ready tonight. It's playoff time.
You love to see that.
No softies over here.
He's going to break free, and he's going to go. Step on his way into his second touchdown of the night. Zach Bell Bellew. It's our electrifying play of the half, brought to you by England and Stubbs. And North Cobb strikes quickly to take advantage of the turnover on the opening kickoff of the second half.
Didn't take long, man. They answered very quickly right there. Turnover. Ironically, two freshmen with two huge chunk plays for North Cobb.
Is that bad news if you're in Region 5 with the rest of this
real
bunch?
bad news, because everybody knows what this 8th grade bunch looks like.
Michael Hill's PAT is good, and North Cobb is playing with a focus and a determination right now. They are 10-0, and man, are they game faces on right now. We'll take a quick timeout.
Your home for live local high school football is Peachtree Sports Network. Don't miss the action every Friday night, only on PSN. Over the air on 17.2, on cable, and streaming on YouTube TV and Fubo. High school football on PSN is sponsored by McDonald's.
Whether because of discomfort, lack of mobility, your lifestyle, or occupation, you sit inactively way too many hours a day. Introducing Ellipse, the premium quality automatic seated exerciser that strengthens legs, increases mobility, and boosts circulation without physical strain or impact.
It is so quiet that none of my coworkers even know I'm using it.
Strengthen and tone your legs, increase your mobility, flexibility, and balance. Plus, stimulate healthy circulation.
My joints feel better, my knees feel better, my back feels better. It makes me feel stronger too.
Perfect for home therapy. Whisper quiet to use while you work.
My circulation is moving, I'm burning calories, and it makes me feel energetic.
Call now and order Ellipse, the seated exerciser that strengthens legs, increases mobility, and boosts circulation. Call and get upgraded to the Deluxe Bundle. Get the faster motor for 5 miles of steps per hour, the step counter, the sport mat, and wireless remote. Call now.
What is GMFB overtime?
It's this, that, and a whole lot of 5 days a week.
Let's go. Here we go.
It's football for everyone.
Weekdays at 10 on Peachtree Sports Network. True to Atlanta, true to the South Side. This is our city. Don't miss it as your Skyhawks take on the Blue Coats in high-action, high-speed G League basketball. Monday at 7 p.m. on Peachtree Sports Network.
Why would drug dealers put a lethal dose of fentanyl in drugs if they know it's so harmful?
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable. Really just all about the money.
All right, welcome back. New score, 21-0. Camden County fumbled on the opening kickoff of the second half, and North Cobb got a couple of its freshmen involved, Christian Peacock and then Zach Bellew. Second touchdown of the night for Bellew, and now Michael Hill will come on and kick it away again. Let's see if he kicks short. You imagine he will. No, this time it's deep, and it is returnable right there at the goal line. This is not Coleman, though.
I think they moved Coleman up, anticipating a short kick. This time they go deep.
Yeah, that was Sean Green, the sophomore, who got a chance to return that. So a pretty good athlete in his own right. Yeah, so playing games by where you move Coleman to, and I don't know if North Cobb just recognized it or anticipated it. But either way, the result was what it was. So Parks Riendeau will bring the Camden County offense back on the field. And you got to think whatever scripted plays you had to begin the half, you just bring it right back out now.
Come right back, yeah.
But you find yourself with an additional deficit.
Plenty of time, but you have got to get some points here quickly.
Williams is the left side receiver. It's a handoff up the middle. It's been a lot of that tonight, trying to use Williams as eye candy to create the lanes up the middle. But the problem is there's just so much beef for North Cobb.
So good inside the box. You cannot block him, and 54 is he's just a handful, man. Not the biggest kid. Don't even know if he has any offers. But when you watch the tape of North Cobb, man, he stands out quickly all over the place.
Riendeau from the shotgun. Going to hand it again.
Nothing.
And it's just not going anywhere. You see Cam Collins was in on that. Kind of a host of Warriors. And they're just not going to give you anything in the middle of this defense right now.
Yeah, player with a helmet came off. He's going to leave the field. They're meeting with this. Is there a flag down? Couldn't tell.
There was a time years ago where North Cobb's uniforms looked a lot like Auburn. They don't look as much like Auburn anymore.
Almost got a little Illinois.
It is a little bit of that color. Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, a couple G's.
Flag here?
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct. Defense. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. That's going to result in 1st and 10.
Coach Queen is not going to like that at all.
Yeah, Shane Queen, I'm watching him right now, and you see him. He's in the middle of your screen right there, and he's calmed down now from what he was 2 seconds ago.
I'm going to tell you something about Coach Queen. I'm not going to call the player out. When they scored a touchdown, they had a player basically toning the Camden side. And I'm telling you, Coach Queen met him in midfield, and he walked him off the entire field. And it wasn't about Sunday school talk.
No, yeah, Shane Queen is not someone who I would want angry
not
with
happy
me.
with his player.
Elias Williams is the slot. Sean Green goes in motion. Riendo, though, now going to try to run, and he's just swallowed up. Finally spins forward. Got some positive yards out of it.
He's a quick athlete. You know what I mean? He's slippery. But he's been unable. Listen, when Elias Williams runs a route, there's 4 people around that. I mean, they're trying to get other people involved. It's a good job getting what he can. Picked up 5 yards.
Yeah. Jason Greer, the linebacker, had a beat on him, and then Riendo did a good job getting free from him. 17 carries, 100 yards on the season, couple of rushing touchdowns. So he's had some success on the ground.
Got him spread as wide as you can get it. So let's see if they just take one. It's 2nd and 5.
Yeah, that's the left side of the formation, top side of your screen, just below the scoreboard there on the corner of your screen. It's a running play again, and it does get a first down.
Yes.
So that's kind of what Camden does there. They call it the spread RPO power set, where they're trying to be as wide as possible, and that creates lanes to run out of. And in that particular case, it worked about as well as it could, and then they RPO off of that, kind of the way the old school, you sort of establish the run, you play action off that. They want to RPO out of that when they kind of get it established.
See the alignment. Counter this way, come back toward.
Yeah, Jordan
Good job
Hardy.
there. Nice
Hardy
job.
crosses the 40, crosses the 35 into Warrior territory there.
Nice job there. They go counter, come back into the North Cobb. See both the pullers there. They engage. He gets up the field. Everybody on every single level. That's the most common play in football now, is that counter run where you pull both the guys from the backside from the shotgun. See if they flip-flop and come right back with the same play.
Still Williams up top. Sean Green, the receiver on the other side. Handoff goes to Hardy. Hardy finds a burst inside the 20, spinning his way down near the 10.
Brandon, all they did was flip-flop the formation into 2 same pullers. Pull again. They just go back to the other side. Watch the 2 guys pull. 2nd level. Good job getting on the backers. And that's what Shane Queen was worried about, how quick they were and how fast they can get on you.
Whistle's going to blow here. And Camden County's going to have to call a timeout.
I believe it's North.
Timeout. North Cobb. That's their first time out of the half.
Yeah, they're going to make an adjustment there.
And while we take that timeout, I'll give you a little shout out here to our friends at Breda Pest Management. Obviously a big part of everything we do, and a big part of everything you do too, because if you've got critters creeping and crawling all the way through your attic, make sure you call Breda Pest Management to get a highly trained expert to kick those critters out. Because under the Breda Wildlife Guarantee, if any critters return, you're covered at no additional cost. Breda, they handle bugs and critters. I'll tell you this, I like the little extra burst that Jordan Hardy seems to have, the running back. He has found a little bit of an extra gear to turn these last 2 running plays into even bigger gains, I believe, than they otherwise would.
I love the timeout by North Cobb, because they said, listen, they're going to run this play again. If we don't adjust, we're going to give up 7 points. You call a timeout, you get everybody together on the same page and say, this is what they're doing, and this is what we've got to do. So I kind of like that.
Last time that Camden County had the big drive going out of a timeout, North Cobb stepped in front of a pass, intercepting an attempt to Elias Williams. It was Dylan Womack who came up with that then.
You know one thing, Brandon, when you're able to run the football, you know what those safeties start doing? They start creeping up. Then you can take a shot down the field if you were to do that. But right now, Camden County needs points. They're running the ball successfully. Plenty of time. 8 minutes left just in the third quarter, just underway here. Best scoring opportunity of the night for them.
Ball sits at the 12-yard line. Hardy remains the running back. Williams is the receiver on the left side. Tight end Locklear goes in motion, sets up on the left too. Handoff, this time not as much going for Hardy. He tried to go in behind Locklear, the tight end, who parked himself next to the left tackle.
Yeah, this time they just go power right at him. See nobody pull. See body on body there. Try to get the H back in on the second level, but big 55 for North Cobb gets off his offensive lineman, makes a play.
It's 2nd and 9. Camden County can get a first down. Handoff again, met right away. Nice tackle by Bryce Wilson.
There you go. They go back to the counter, go right back to it. This time Bryce Wilson gets across the face, gets up the field. I'm telling you, it's getting really chippy right now.
The flags come in
everywhere.
Here from all over the place. North Cobb thinks it's on Camden County.
Watch Wilson beat the block. See him fight through this. You see them pull. This time he's got a little bit of the face mask there. They don't call that. He gets finished off. It gets chippy as they get up. See what they call here, if it's both teams or what.
It's interesting. You almost wonder if you're a Camden County fan, did the face mask unseen create...
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct on the offense. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. Third down.
Yeah, that might have been because
that's a bad break. If you're obviously, I think that's a bad break if you're Camden County. Now, I didn't see the extracurricular, but it seems like, and this is going to be the argument coming from the sideline on Camden, that the bad blood sort of starts because of a face mask that wasn't called.
Yeah, you see him talking to the official, saw the sideline there. And listen, we have the opportunity of replay.
Totally, yeah. It's almost like, I mean, the officials are not going to see everything that happens, but in this particular case, the extracurricular stuff is sort of a byproduct of that moment where, obviously, if you're a Camden football player, you don't like getting your face mask grabbed.
And again, I like that timeout by North Cobb. They were set, got the play. Look at here.
Hey, check out the social media showcase here, brought to you by friends at Gordo's Cheese Dip. When you snap a photo and use the hashtag Gordo's or the hashtag Score Atlanta, or how about you just use them both? Hashtag Gordo's and Score Atlanta. You can get your chance to be featured on air during next week's game. I do believe I see our own Kaylee Mansell right in there on that. So
I'm just going to be honest with you. I remember she's got some Gordo's up here, but she had some cheese dip a little early. I'm not sure it was Gordo's because Gordo's is 5-star product. We might have had some Lordos up here, what she had.
Fiesta every day with our friends at Gordo's Cheese Dip, of course.
Very good. Brandon, it just seems like yesterday we were at Corky Kell lunch and everybody was taking Gordo's Cheese Dip.
That's exactly right.
Everybody had a handful of Gordo's Cheese Dip going home, and now we're sitting here at 50 degrees, 40 degrees, and we're in the playoffs, man. It's amazing how fast
I believe it's our good friends Eric and Jay Godfrey who were walking home with a good bit of that.
Taking all the linemen.
3rd and long now after the penalty. Can still get a first down. You got to get inside the 5 to get it. Riendo! He got pressured and just had to get rid of it. And boy, North Cobb is feeling it on defense.
Boy, those penalties kill you, man.
And just like that, it's going to become 4th down.
Yeah, you got to go for this. I don't think they got enough.
You have to.
They got enough. You got enough field. Are they going to go? We're going to kick her on. Might.
Let's see here. Yeah, it looks like Noah McCullers is out there.
Yep, I'm trying.
McCullers is 3 of 7 on the year. They feel like he probably has range, kind of right there about what this kick is going to be. This is going to be about a 46-yard kick, and this is about his limit almost. So down 21-0, looking for some points. little bit of a low snap, and it's going to be a low kick, too. And North Cobb is going to celebrate getting out the field with no points yielded as a big penalty ends that Camden County scoring opportunity.
Man, great call, great timeout by Shane Queen. They had all the momentum in the world. They call timeout. The next two plays are no gain. Then they have a penalty. Then they have a missed field goal because Camden had the ball on about the 11-yard line. All the momentum. They call timeout, reset their defense. Very, very experienced move by Coach Queen.
When it's 4th and 20, whatever, there's no great option there.
No.
What do you think of the field goal decision there?
I mean, to me, I'm going to have to throw a ball at Elias Williams at some point. You know what I mean? Like, my athlete can out-athlete you, and let's see if we can make that. I know it's easier said than done, but you can, a play like that, it's almost like a Hail Mary. You got the biggest athlete on the field. See if he can go up and get one.
And by the way, if it's just incomplete, the result is no different than it is now. You're essentially watching North Cobb go back, at the same line of scrimmage.
False start. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Skill first down.
Penalty's a little bit of a problem for both sides tonight.
Start watching that Breda Pest Management ticker. These finals are going to start rolling in right here the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah, Grayson, Douglas County is probably the game.
Mill Creek,
Douglas County, excuse me. Probably the game I'm watching most closely right now. Here's Grimstead just going to keep it himself. Looking for a block, gets it, still on his feet, 30, now slides down around the 33.
I like that going
it's
down.
A play.
Yep. Buford opens up on East Coweta, final 57-9. They will likely play Lowndes next week in round 2.
What a game that will be.
That's going to be a big one. Douglas County is now up 27-12. Douglas had a pick 6 there to kind of bust that one open late.
6:42 here, third quarter of play. North Cobb, 3-touchdown lead and the football. And it's Grimstead keeping it again. Joel ball continues. It's a fight for the football, and I believe Eccles, the running back, got back on it. He did.
Boy, that was close. It's been that kind of a night for Camden. You get a play, you get a break here. Nice strip of the ball. Good job, and just goes right to. You just get beat out. Good job by North Cobb 34 getting on that one.
Yeah, Donnie Widener, the linebacker for Camden, met Grimstead. Didn't make the tackle, but hit him hard enough to dislodge the football.
And oh, by the way, you pick up 8 yards on the fumble.
Yeah.
That
now
kind of
making
night.
it second and about 2 now. Grimstead once again working from an empty. 7 in the box here. That's going to be the pitch to Ingram. Ingram bounces a guy off. Steele Ingram, a wide receiver, but he lowered his shoulder like a running back on that carry.
Oh, boy, you talking about putting some juice in the North Cobb sideline. Woo-wee. Watch him run, get behind his pads right here. Watch this play.
I called it a carry, but the statue is going to recognize that as a pass, I believe.
He had a good game early in the year. We had him against Walton.
Ingram also attempted a pass earlier today, too. Grimstead moving folks around here. Not going to pitch right side. That's Quavy Eccles. Eccles follows his block down to the 35. Another first down for North Cobb.
Brandon, you kind of get that feeling that Camden County's defense has been on the field a long time tonight.
Yeah.
Starting to see some signs of a tired football team. Good job there. Big 79 who gave up a sack early in the game. Tennessee commit Brandon Addison. Now he is really starting to kind of move some bodies out there. Big offensive tackle. Going to play guard on the next level. 2026 guy committed to Tennessee.
Keep in mind, many folks aware of this, Camden County travels 5 hours, 16 minutes in total to get here. As you see Eccles again, that's 364 miles basically. coming up, most of the team on Thursday. A huge undertaking, and frankly, if you're the head coach, if you're Travis Nolan here, getting the team to Ackworth-Kennesaw here is almost as much of a challenge as actually coaching the game once you get here.
Yeah, we talked about that.
If you're talking fatigue here, you're thinking about some of that travel-related fatigue in addition to the natural fatigue that you get from just having been on the field a lot tonight, doing battle with a very physical North Cobb offense. North Cobb as a team averages 256 yards per game on the ground. Grimstead going to have that total more inside the 5-yard line. He got more than 20.
Yeah, you're starting to see 15 take this thing over. You're starting to see the speed of North Cobb kind of separate this game. Here comes the big bodies bringing in 8.
In the red zone here, presented by IBEW, local 613. That's the third carry on this drive for Grimstead. The familiar power look now. A couple of backs in the game. Cam Cullers, Dom Moody in here. Handoff goes to Eccles, and Eccles scores another touchdown. Third on the ground tonight for North Cobb. And the 12th of the year for the junior.
North Cobb starting to take this football game over. Physicality up front.
Impressive drive.
If this score holds, which North Cobb looks like they're in pretty good shape, a little bit over a quarter left, and Douglas County holds serve, they're going to play next week. Brandon, one of the two is not going to make it out of the first 2 rounds, which is crazy.
That's wild.
So North Cobb and Douglas County, somebody's season's going to end next week.
What a game that would be. The PAT is good. And North Cobb, for the 16th time tonight, hosting a playoff game of the Shane Queen era.
They still hot.
They're fired up as they can be, but they're also walking tall. We'll be right back.
Dang, where you get this car?
You need to join the union.
The union?
Absolutely. You can get 10 of these.
Union construction workers earn the highest wages with the best benefits and the most protection in the construction industry. Find your career in construction. Go to GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com and start your future today.
What happens after you graduate? Will you go to the next level? Will people have your back in the heat of the battle? Will you still train like a champion in pursuit of greatness? You will when you become an IBEW electrician. Join our team. Visit IBEW613.org.
We celebrate the athletes, the buzzer beaters, the record breakers, the wins. Now, it's time to celebrate the people behind it all. The advice givers, the community shapers, the game changers, the life changers. It's time to celebrate our coaches. Join all of us at BSN Sports and show your coach some love by sharing their story with #ThankYouCoach.
Great teams are committed, focused on the details, and work hard to be their best. From practice to games, right down to their gear. Your field is a critical part of the game that allows your athletes to showcase their abilities. Sports Turf is committed to bringing your team innovative sports surfaces with unparalleled performance. You bring the vision, our team brings it to life.
I've used R.S. Andrews 15 years, purchased 2 heating and air systems, so I rely on their technicians for service. I call, they come, it's fixed. And I appreciate Andrews' commitment. He gives it his all. That's how R.S. Andrews makes me smile.
Yankee Wawa! Running out of hot water is one way your water heater cries out for help. Call R.S. Andrews. Get a water heater rejuvenation. Your water heater gets added life, you get more hot water. Another way R.S. Andrews makes you smile today.
The GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com Drive for the GHSA state title is sponsored by Gordo's, Fiesta Every Day, Northside Hospital, your source of strength, the Mechanical Trades Institute, the best kept secret everyone should know about, Dog Nation. Visit DogNation.com for the latest Georgia team news and recruiting information. Georgia Match. Claim your spot at a Georgia college today by visiting gafutures.org. And by Georgia High School Sports Daily. Live at noon Monday through Friday on the Peachtree Sports Network and Atlanta News First app.
Welcome back. 28-0's the score. North Cobb. Impressive performance to begin its trip through the 2024 GHSA state playoffs. The undefeated region champs from Region 5 here taking on the 4th seed out of Region 1. As the South Georgia teams were pegged to travel north here this year.
Yeah, the 3 and the 4 out of that region, the matchup with Region 1. So there's only one real big region down south. They're always going to come. You know, one of these groups are going to come up here and look around the state. Some of the games, I thought one of the best games on paper to me was Cambridge at Cedartown. And I thought that Cambridge had a really good first year under Tyler Jones, coming over from Walton, the offense coordinator last year. Late in the 4th right now at Cedartown, 44-38.
Of course, when we had Cedartown on our airwaves earlier this fall, I was not able to be there. I was on assignment.
I know. That's a good one. I felt for you. We've been through some games, and you love high school football as much as me, and I thought, man, we're in this great environment. The last get possession of the game.
I don't ever like missing a game, and I definitely don't like missing a great game, and you had one.
Sure did. Cedartown Cardiff, a great football game.
Riendo takes the snap and handing it off once again, and pretty nice carry there by Jordan Hardy. Up to the 38-yard line, got about 9 on first down.
Going to have all the breakdowns, all the scores. As soon as the game's over, don't leave anywhere. We're going to go through the brackets. Kaylee Mansell.
Looks like Camden County may have jumped off there. A little bit of frustration setting in.
False start. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
By the end of the night, we'll be able to announce. If we're not unable to announce where we're going on TV tonight next week, follow Score Atlanta. Follow me on socials, Rusty Mansell _ all the Score Atlanta socials, Instagram, X, Facebook. They will announce that probably no later than tomorrow morning, and we feel like we're going to have a really good one next week as well.
See Elias Williams in the slot on the right side of the formation. It's another handoff, though. And, you know, Shane Queen, the North Cobb coach, said something this week I thought was really interesting, which is all players want attention. They want college scholarships.
Yep.
They just want to be credited for having a good season. I mean, there's a certain currency to attention that every player wants. And Shane Queen said that he told his team, listen, for those of you who want to get noticed, you want those scholarships, you want to get recognized by media, you're about to play against a guy like Elias Williams here on Friday night. Game's going to be on television. Everybody's going to be looking at it all around the country. Mm-hmm. So you step up and play a good game defensively against him. And at that point in time, you're going to get the attention that you want to get. Well, guess what? We are into the deep third quarter here, and he doesn't have a catch yet. You see North Cobb flying the football once again. That's Aziz Helm making another big play tonight.
I'll say this, too. You take a player like Tay Harris from Cedartown, who's going to Clemson. A lot of eyes on that game. Brady Marchese, wide receiver from Cartersville, had 0 offers. He had a really good game. He has 8 offers after that game.
Good for him.
So that's the value of being able to play on TV. The state of Georgia does a great job. We have a game. GPB has a game. We have 2 games you can watch anywhere in America every single week. So something I take a lot of pride in with I.J. Rosenberg each week to try to determine where we're going to go to the flag down here.
Yeah, flag coming in as Camden County is going to have to punt again. It's also not the normal punter for Camden County.
There's no foul in the play. 4th down.
Don't say nothing.
Don't say that. Watch your mouth.
Watch your mouth and don't say nothing. I like it.
It's a different punter into the game for Camden here.
Off the side of his foot.
Actually, that's not true. That is Clellan.
It's been that type of night for Camden.
Yeah, that was Clellan punting again. I didn't recognize his number at first, but yes. And with that, we'll also remind you about our friends at Breda Pest Management as North Cobb gets ready to go back with the football here once again. Because no matter the season, no matter your pest issue, Breda Pest Management will protect your home inside and out from bugs, termites, wildlife, and mosquitoes. Breda is proud to sponsor Georgia High School athletics. Get started today at BredaPest.com. That's BREDA, BredaPest.com. Yeah, so for Camden County, just a hard time getting anything going. Fans are booing right here. I'm not sure what that's about. Shane Queen's also fired up by something.
It's getting a little chippy out here. You don't want to see a game end like this.
No, you don't.
Not with two very respected programs.
Nick Grimstead looks over towards his sideline. Play clock shows 15. Game clock's not running, but North Cobb's not in a hurry. 8 in the box now for Camden County. They got a single deep safety. That's a handoff. Room to run. Cam Morris into Camden County territory. And it's going to be a flag on the play for get out of bounds.
Watch the block. Watch number 2. Watch 2 in the top of your screen. Watch him finish this block. I mean, now look at this. Yep, they got a flag there. Personal foul. Number 2. You want to talk about finishing off a block.
That's Steele Ingram, the same guy that over his shoulder on the on the jet sweep play earlier.
Now here's where we get into something here with this time and score.
After the play was over, personal foul, defense. After this is to the goal, first and 10.
They score here, you get into a running clock.
That's exactly right. Be up 30 going into the fourth quarter.
So don't think that Coach Queen, with a couple of chunk plays, and a game gets chippy, you want to shorten this thing. If you're him, let's get in here and get out.
And some of that starts to become a weapon. We told you, North Cobb has taken care of its business all year long.
Camden County, that's their first of the half.
One of the things they've also had going for them is an incredible opportunity to rest here. Shane Queen saying this week, we're healthier than we've been all season long. They've only played once since October 26th. You'll see the play here again.
Watch 2 finish this off
Ingram.
here. And I don't think that's holding. I mean, he's inside. He's inside.
Yep.
Watch him finish this off. He holds his hands up to say he's getting finished there. That's a great job blocking downfield. And when they watch, he's actually got some of his jersey.
Yeah, that's right.
You know.
So, yeah, a nice job there by Ingram and to finish the point. So they've only played once before tonight, once since October 26th. They played the 25th. They played again on November 1st, and this is their first game since then.
What happened, they had fall break, then they had a bye, then they had the extended season.
Yep.
So Athens Academy is going to go, I don't know if you know the story, they're going to go 3 Fridays in a row without playing.
It's almost too much.
Because the season getting extended made them, they were the one team in the state that's going to have to do that. They were the region champs. They had a bye to end the season. Then the season got extended. Then they get the first round bye. They're going to go 4 weeks between games.
That's a lot.
That's like a fall camp.
It's almost like a new
fall
season,
camp.
yeah. You know, I even asked Shane Quinn, it's like, you know, given the layoff that you've had, given the fact that because you've taken care of your business, you really haven't been playing close games, is that something you become concerned about? And he said for them, really, their main focus was they just knew they needed to win the postseason. You know, totally owning that and obviously committed to that. That superseded for them anything else. As you see, another carry from Morris. Morris gets down near the 11, maybe gotten 3 or 4 that time.
And this game is liable to get into a running clock, and it really surprises me the way the game unfolded that quick. It started the first play in the second half.
Yeah, I think for me, I mean, obviously a couple of miscues, right? You have the fumble on the kickoff, the interception on the ball they were trying to get to Elias Williams. So a couple of those miscues are a pretty big deal. But they haven't really been able to establish I'm talking about Camden County, the RPO off of the running game. You know, they haven't been able to pull it back out and hit those quick hitter passing plays, which are a big part of Camden County's offense. As clock now ticks 25 and counting in the third quarter. It's been Cam Morris, the senior, as the running back on this possession. So you look at Jackson Oliver there, one of the seniors on this offensive line for North Cobb. And the final moments of the third quarter tick away. So it's 28-0. North Cobb is on top. They got 12 minutes to preserve that lead. It's a good night to be a Warriors fan. 12 minutes remain. We'll be right back.
Oh my gosh. World Chase Tag is the Pro League tournament for the planet's most intense new game, which takes the art of being hunted down to a whole new level. It is relentless and fiercely intense, with a chaser having just 20 seconds to get a hand on an invader.
He's done it! He has done it!
And there's only one rule. Don't get caught.
Tuesdays at 7 on Peachtree Sports Network. Your home for live local high school football is Peachtree Sports Network. Don't miss the action every Friday night, only on PSN. Over the air on 17.2, on cable, and streaming on YouTube TV and Fubo. High school football on PSN is sponsored by Ingalls.
When you say let's go to breakfast, you mean let's go to McDonald's. Obviously. Mix and match like a chicken McGriddles and hash browns for $2.79. Add a medium-iced coffee for $1.99. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
What is GMFB overtime?
It's this, that, and a whole lot of 5 days a week.
Let's go. Here we go.
It's football for everyone.
Weekdays at 10 on Peachtree Sports Network.
True to Atlanta, true to the South Side. This is our city. Don't miss it as your Skyhawks take on the Bluecoats in high-action, high-speed G League basketball. Monday at 7 p.m. on Peachtree Sports Network.
All right, we are back. Fourth quarter action set to get underway. North Cobb working on what could turn into another scoring drive here. Already up 28-0. Trying to earn their 11th win of the season. As you see, folks bundled up here. Coolest night of the year for us. I was also thinking about this, Rusty, by the way, Brandon Adams, Rusty Mansell. You got to imagine for the players, a little bit of an extra butterfly. This is the first game all year long that you have run out of the tunnel when it's already dark. You know, kind of post-time change.
On TV.
Later in the year. Just a different feel to a game like this. Obviously, always Friday Night Lights, but the lights are essentially on before the game begins. A little bit of a different vibe around that.
I think
maybe you see the armada of cheerleaders that North Cobb has.
One of the first upsets we're going to probably talk about tonight. Sequoia beat Gainesville.
Wow.
38-28. Will Rajecki, 2026 running back, who's going to play in the Georgia Elite Classic, played last year. He had 4 touchdowns and he threw for 1 at running back.
Second straight year that Gainesville makes far too quick of an exit from the playoffs for Red Elephants fans, as you see Steele Ingram getting another jet sweep type play. And I think, if I'm right about this, and if you're a Gainesville fan, you can easily correct me, I believe Carmelo Bird, the starting running back for Gainesville, was out tonight, not playing here, and not expected to play in the postseason. So, you know, Gainesville played in the tough region with Roswell and obviously Milton, a game that we televised. And obviously, you know, third seed out of that region because of that. And now, through, I guess, a combination of injuries or whatever, going home a little sooner than they would have liked in that postseason. But you got to imagine the future's still bright, though, because I know how much you love what they have at quarterback in the 2027
prospect. He's going to be Kareem Hughley. He'll be at Georgia tomorrow, 2027. You know, I kind of said it's going to be time out.
Is
here
there
by
room for anybody else other than quarterbacks coming to Georgia tomorrow? Because it feels like there's 1,000 quarterback recruits coming tomorrow.
My goodness. I tell you now, people ask me all the time, like, who's that next guy? Who's the next guy? And I think the quarterback at Gainesville, we had a chance to watch him, and he really impressed me that night. And he carried that on throughout the season. And you start talking about dual threat guys with big arms and accurate young players. Really, say this now, too. I haven't seen him in person, but there's a ton of buzz about the 2027 sophomore quarterback at Lowndes, 6'3" kid. Yeah. Does a really good job. Dual threat quarterback there. And I had a camp down at Lowndes last February, and Coach Carter pulled me to the side, and he said, Rusty, this is the next one. This is a guy. And he already had Georgia's offered, Florida's offered, Florida State's offered. I'm not sure if he's going to be there tomorrow, but interesting, if they hold on right here, they're going to play at Buford next week. So get a chance to see him against one of the best teams in the state.
And I love the job that Adam Carter is doing down there. You know,
he was really kind of under the gun a little bit there.
Yeah.
Huge season for him.
Not everybody would want that job. I mean, it pays well, and it's obviously, resources. That's not for everybody.
That's not for everybody. You know what it is? It's a 365 job.
Yeah, it sure is.
There's no off days in Titletown. How about that? I don't know if you know that. They sold 15,000 tickets.
I heard about that.
Sold out for that game.
For the Wintersville Classic. I heard about that. That's
my God.
I mean, I'm telling you right now, you get all the resources you'd ever want, but it comes with an expectation.
No doubt.
Better win.
Man. Yep. I tell you, I went down. I go down every February.
Time out.
For our camp, myself and Chad Simmons
Camden
on a camp
County.
there. And their baseball locker room.
Oh yeah, they've built a very good baseball program.
Their baseball locker room is as good as any group of five, I guarantee you, in the country. It's amazing. And oh, by the way, they just opened up a 110-yard indoor for football. So
it's something to see. To go back to quarterback for a moment, what do you make of a guy that's obviously getting ready to make a big march to the state playoffs here in Georgia? At least Carrollton fans hope so. Julian Juju Lewis, after all the chatter of it's been Colorado, he's obviously still technically committed to USC. Yeah. What do you make of Lewis being back in Athens tomorrow?
I think it was obviously created a lot of buzz. I don't think there's a lot to it. I think Juju Lewis wanted to go see a game, and certainly if you're Kirby Smart, you go, okay, yeah, you can come. Because here's the thing. Is he going to end up at Georgia? The chances are really, really slim. But you never know what's going to happen 2 years from now. 1 year. You never shut doors on anybody. What if Juju Lewis goes to Colorado and it doesn't work out for him and he says, I want to come back home? That recruitment and how you handle things at the end on both sides of it now, on both sides of it, tells a lot. So I really don't think there's a ton to it. If I'm Juju Lewis, I want to go see that game tomorrow night, be on the sideline, be around some prospects.
And Lewis attended a lot of Georgia games a year ago.
He's been to Athens alive for 3 years.
Yeah.
I certainly think Colorado, there's a ton of buzz there behind the scenes, and it kind of fits everything he wants. That job's going to be wide open.
It's fourth down now. Grimstead going to throw towards the corner of the end zone. That's incomplete, so North Cobb will have to give it over. Do you see another team getting involved in it? Is like Indiana still a factor?
They're out. What happened last week, from what I know behind the scenes, kind of paraphrasing this, Indiana wanted to know if they were in or out. You're not just going to come up here and if we sit down, we got to make some decisions. They were in it seriously for a while, but it sounds like to me, Colorado, when you go to on3.com, our USC site's very, very connected, and they feel like they're going to move toward the other quarterback they've been recruiting out in California. And they just said the writing's kind of on the wall. They said that USC would take Juju Lewis, but they're kind of nervous how this thing's ended. And just sounds like he might end up with playing for Colorado, and that's kind of the fit he wants, and playing for Coach Prime. And he's done it with his son, and that's what he's kind of sold them on. And I've done it before. I tell you, the most important visit to me tomorrow is Jared Curtis, the 2026 quarterback out of Nashville. It's a big visit.
Parks Renda going to throw and trying to get the ball to Elias Williams, not able to do that, and he was kind of blanketed with a couple of guys, but pretty good coverage over there to prevent that from happening.
Yeah, I mean, listen, they're going to get a pass interference to a flag here. which I'm not sure. I think the ball was just thrown behind him too far.
To me, that was E.J. Crumsey that had the coverage. That's pretty good coverage by Crumsey.
This is
pass interference, defense, 15-yard penalty from the previous spot, 1st and 10.
Sometimes, to me, a little early in the game, you got to see that play a little earlier.
Yeah.
You've got to take a shot at an athlete like that. And it's crazy to say, you said earlier, man, that when you look at this young man right here on November the 15th, a month from now, he will be at Georgia. He will be in pads practicing at Georgia.
Handoff right away, met there. Another big play defensively as North Cobb starts to get some other guys into the game here.
I'll tell you now, we talked about Lowndes playing Buford. North Paulding is hanging around in this game. I don't know the update on the score, but
DeMar Madison Clay got the tackle. Yeah, it's a score worth monitoring. Rome gets a big win tonight. Think about where they started the season, which had nothing to do with actual football.
Yes.
To where they are now with a chance to make some noise in 5A.
You know who they're playing next week?
Who's that?
It's a rematch, Thomas County Central.
Oh, my gosh. Wow. What a game.
You talk about a region, you talk about a bracket.
Yeah.
The bracket they're in, listen, Langston Hughes, Roswell, Thomas County Central, and Rome.
That's wild.
Somebody's got to win that bracket.
That's wild.
That's before you get to the quarterfinals. But listen,
I'm happy for them, though, to be back talking about football again. Obviously,
yes.
They had the bus accident that really prevented their season from starting for a few weeks.
Yeah, that was a rough deal, and they had some injuries. They've been through a couple of quarterback, decisions there, and they're really Jaden Harmon. I was in Nashville this week, and I'm not involved in rankings, but sometimes I'll sit down and give my opinion. And I told our guy Charles Power, who does our rankings, I said, listen, I don't know where you got Jaden Harmon, but I'm telling you right now, that dude is as good as anybody in the state of Georgia at linebacker. He has dominated both sides of the field. Tennessee's got an absolute stud, in my opinion, in this guy. Great football player, decommitted on Alabama, committed to Tennessee, region player of the year. What I love about him and what checks boxes, Brandon, is when you have a kid that plays tailback and then he plays linebacker.
That's right.
That's what those kids have been. Those kids, to me, have been working out well on the next level. And Jaden Harmon's a football player.
So there you have it, folks. If you have a young son who's a recruit not getting enough attention, email Rusty Mansell. He'll go to.
No. Yeah, let me give you that email. It's Rusty Mansell at AOLXXX.com.
Yeah, there you go. But no, I agree with you about Harmon, and 100%. I've always liked everything about him, for sure.
Really good player. This class of 2025, when we go back 5 years from now, and I don't care if you're going to Georgia, I don't care if you're going to South Carolina, I don't care if you're going to Tennessee, when we go back on paper and look at the depth of the class of 2025, this is one of the best classes I've ever covered. Key positions, everything.
I obviously don't have the ability to compare that you do, but it certainly seems plenty loaded to me.
Yeah, it's deep, and linebackers just kept popping up. You look at Christian Gass, look at Tavion Wallace, Zayden Walker, Jaden Harmon. These kids just kept popping up all over the place. Defensive lineman, Justice Terry, Elijah Griffith. You look at this young man right here, Elias Williams, 5-star tight end. I mean, there's just players all over the field. You got Juju Lewis, who came up into the class at quarterback.
8 yards on that carry for Antoine Williams, makes it 3rd and 2. Rendo throws the RPO, and that's going to be good for a first down. Sean Green makes the catch, and as Rusty kind of alluded to earlier, plays like that from Green, boy, if you're a Camden County fan, you'd love to have gotten that going much sooner.
Yeah, kind of got in that a little late to me.
But now the addendum to all this is, talk to Travis Rowland, the Camden County coach. He'll tell you that when you think about the huge undertaking of going from a, wing T offense that, and you see Shane Queen over there still really coaching his heart out right now. But when you go from a wing T offense that Jeff Herron was famous for, as you see the carry by Hardy, the wing T offense that Herron was famous for, to now kind of the RPO spread that Coach Rowland and his coaching staff are putting in place here. He says, listen, we feel like we've already had a successful season just with the way this offense has been implemented and the fact that, the groundwork is laid for the future here. They feel good about that. Obviously, Riendo's a junior quarterback. He has a chance to come back after a year in this system after having started last year in the wing T. He was the starting quarterback that makes the transition there. So they feel like this has been kind of a year of implementation for them. They feel like they're well set up for the future.
It's a massive change to go from wing T to spread. And you have a player like Elias Williams, and, you try to get him involved as much as you can. Very, very prideful community. And they'll work hard in the offseason, and it's just they're going to have a good product. There's just no doubt about it. And as you get through a complete offseason, the players learn you learn the players, you kind of learn the community. If you're Coach Rowland coming up from Daytona area to coach.
2nd and 7.
You're talking about some facilities. My goodness, you should see that.
Oh, yeah.
I was standing in the middle of the field. Coach Herron, don't apologize if I tell this story on the air. Standing in the middle of the field, very first day of practice when Bryce Ramsey and J.J. Green were juniors. They got 170 players. And I go, Coach Herron, for $1 million in cash, could you name everybody out here? He goes, heck no. He goes, I couldn't get 80% right now. He goes, if you come back in December, I'll take that cash. They had 170 players, man, dressed out.
That is a good problem to have. A lot of coaches across the state would love to live in that world where you don't even know all your players' names. Yeah. You see, boy, Flag comes in here. You hope you can get these last 6.5 minutes completed without anybody saying or doing something they regret. But I know there's frustration on the Camden County side, and obviously for North Cobb, that desire to remain, competitive to the final whistle.
That team lost to Norcross, Alvin Kamara and those guys in the semifinals that year. What a football game. We start talking about numbers. I cannot mention Norcross without mentioning a team with 61 seniors.
Oh, yeah.
61 seniors, Lorenzo Carter and those guys.
Amazing.
61 seniors on a team, I guarantee you, is more than probably 40% of the high schools in Georgia have 61 players.
Oh,
right
yeah,
now.
absolutely.
I remember asking Coach Maloof, I said, Coach, how do you keep 61 seniors? And he held up that big old state championship ring.
There's 2 fouls on the play, one on each team.
And they did.
Face mask
they got 2
on the defense. That penalty is going to be half the distance to the goal. After the play was over, personal foul, offense. That penalty is going to be a 15-yard penalty. First down.
So the half the distance will be enforced on North Cobb after their penalty, and then from there you'll move it 15 yards back after Camden County's penalty. And we're in the red zone here, brought to you by IBW Local 613.
I want to give a shout out to Van Spence. He was Smile Munden's coach at Paulding County. He was the offensive coordinator at East Paulding. They had a change late in the summer to where he had to take that job over. And they beat a very good Effingham County football team tonight.
Marks Riendo now going to throw. Looking to go to Elias Williams in the end zone, but it's that same blanket of double coverage over there.
Nice job.
And once again, North Cobb getting some more guys in the game here. The guy that broke that up was actually Jaden Bryan, a junior, who came over and knocked it down. Also in on coverage that time was E.J. Crumsey. Crumsey was flagged for a pass interference early, but got the best of that one on that exchange.
I want to see that to the back corner of the end zone. Like, it's either out of bounds or this guy's going to go up 40 inches and get it.
2nd and 10 now. Riendo throwing. That's kind of the classic RPO. It's going to be a touchdown to Sean Green. And Camden County gets on the board. Well executed by Riendo to his sophomore wide receiver, who has obviously a bright future ahead. It's nice to see him find his way to the end zone right now. That's sort of the classic Camden County offense, and that's not what we've seen a lot of tonight.
Was kind of unable to get that going. See the quickness of Green getting upfield.
Yeah, but this is a guy who's, a state qualifier in long jump. As we mentioned earlier, electronic timed at 4.47 in the 40. So this is a big-time athlete. Listed as a 4-star by 24/7. Kind of not quite offers yet, kind of catching up with that. Still just a sophomore. As you see, Noah McCullers, PAT. And that's good. So we'll come back and we'll see, Camden County try the onside kick and get a little crazy here. We'll see. Down 28-7. Quick timeout from us, and we're right back to it.
So when I got in the program, I was 18. At the time, I think the most appealing thing was, I could start out going to school and making money while I'm going to school. Not coming out in 4 or 5 years, $30,000, $40,000 in debt. That was the biggest attraction to this. I got in 3 days after graduation and hadn't looked back.
The Georgia Sheet Metal JATC provides apprentices with free training and careers that are stable and essential to the operation of the modern world. Both craft jobs and management positions offer lucrative pay with benefits as well as the stability of a growing industry. Skilled journeymen in the sheet metal industry are essential to our community now and in the future. Learn more about free technical training with no student debt at our website, careersinsheetmetal.com.
Planting season is here, and it's time to give your yard the perfect touch from the professionals at Personal Touch Lawn Care. Why Personal Touch? Courteous service, attention to detail, and a desire to give you the best lawn in your neighborhood.
They have the knowledge and skills to do anything that I would need.
Call now for a 25% discount on design and consultation services.
Big enough to serve you, small enough to know you.
Personal Touch Lawn Care, 770-908-1238, or online at ptlcatlanta.com.
Sweetheart, please don't forget to wear your seatbelt. I got it, Mom. It's a very nice day, living in the right space. Breathing your breath, got me feeling some kind
of way. In the blink of an eye, so many tomorrows can disappear. Buckle up for your future. Every trip, every time. A message from the Governor's Office of Highway Safety.
All right, we are back, and it looks like Noah McCullers is lining up for the possibility of an onside. North Cobb is certainly expecting that, and if you're North Cobb...
Got the 2 kickers out there. Both
you have both kickers. That's a good point. So Cleland is on the left side, McCullers on the right, and Cleland will be the one that kicks it, and it's fielded cleanly by North Cobb. Did not take the high bounce, and a good job by the North Cobb up man to come up and field that before it had a chance to. That was Trey Shaw, I believe, who just doing what you're trying to do, which is don't let it go 10 yards, just come get the football.
Attack the football,
yeah, just come get it.
First thing I was thinking, attack the football. Good job there, and that's something.
And Shane Queen, I think, just smiled for the first time.
It didn't last long, but he did. Gave a little peep.
So 6:08 to go, and as I don't know if I finished saying this or not, but if you're North Cobb, one way or another, you probably like the idea of putting your hands team out there for a rep like that.
Oh, yeah.
That may come in handy, assuming this score holds, that may come in handy at some point later in the year.
That is no fun to be up front on that hands team.
Yeah.
You're there's nobody in front of you. You're going to take a shot.
It's the one thing we're missing from the NFL right now with the weird kickoff rules they have now. You have to declare your intent to try the onside kick. It's just a different sport. You've kind of seen the onside kick at the Saturday and Sunday level. It's just not that big of a factor anymore.
No.
You almost never see them recovered. Collinsville on top of Westlake in the fourth quarter.
We're going to go over some scores, but there's going to be some scores that's going to surprise some people when it pops up here a little bit later. Keep your eye on Brady Pest Management score ticker. The after show we're going to have after we do our players of the game. You're going to be surprised that a couple of this came across my phone.
5:20 to go here. Handoff goes to Quavy Eccles. Eccles working the sideline over there. Getting down near the 40. He may have gotten 8 more on that. And North Cobb's putting together another prodigious rushing total. And I believe another flag coming in. That was thrown to the moon. Watch how high this flag comes in. Let's see if we see it. Didn't quite see it.
It still hadn't come down.
I mean, it took it about 5.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Warriors.
Where's Lewis?
It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 18 for the Warriors from their own 43-yard line.
You go, big boy!
Backside. We have a flag on the play.
Glad to have you back, buddy. Great man. We tried getting you the damn one. Freaking, we took a sack. On the post? Yeah, the post. Lewis! Home run. Wide open. Yeah, Lewis, come here. Lewis!
Personal foul against the Wildcats. It's going to bring up a 4th down and 4 for the Warriors on the Wildcats' 43-yard line. Runs down by number 11, David Coleman of the Wildcats. We have a flag on the play. Holding against the Warriors. At quarterback for the Wildcats, number 10, Parks Riendo. Rendo's pass intended for number 0, Elias Williams. Broken up by number 3, Dylan Womack of the Warriors. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Wildcats. Ball spotted on the 24-yard line. pass complete to number 0, Elias Williams. We have a flag on the play. Tackle was made by number 7, Cam Morris for the Warriors. An eligible man downfield against the Wildcats. That penalty sponsored by the Ackworth Police Department. 5-yard penalty will bring up a 2nd down and 15 for the Wildcats from their own 19-yard line. Ringo, the ball carrier. Finally brought down by number 41 of the Warriors, Latavian James. It's going to bring up a Healthy Homes termite infest control 3rd down and 2 for the Wildcats from their own 32-yard line. Number 2, Hardy, the ball carrier. Brought down by number 16 of the Warriors, Malcolm Smith. Freshman number 8, Julian Bailey was the ball carrier.
All right, we're going back to the set.
All right, go ahead, Rusty.
Rusty Mansell here late in the 4th, had a little technical difficulty up in the box, got down to the set, so I'm going to finish this game off for you. North Cobb up 28 to 2 minutes and 51 seconds left in the game. Camden County trying to finish it off. Incomplete pass there to Elias Williams. Been unable to get the Georgia commit kind of going tonight. Been a story for Camden County offensively. Just haven't been in the mode.
Students, please be making that phone call home. Make sure you are making your plans right now to get a ride home.
Number 2, Jordan Hardy, senior running back. Marist wins, ending Warner Robins season. Cartersville advances, another region champ. Again, we're going to go over all these scores at the end of the night. Finish up, we'll go through all the brackets. We're going to have players of the game as this one finishes up with a 1:55 clock ticking, 2nd and 4 on the 43. Back drops back, ball complete to Green. Sean Green, the sophomore wide receiver. I know Camden County is going to lead this game. Elias Williams is going to end his career tonight. But Sean Green, in my opinion, is the next guy at Camden County. They're really high on him. He's going to be a high-level prospect. Already some offers. It's going to be 1st down and 10. Clock running, 1:29. Ball on the 31-yard line. Quick give there. It's going to be Daly, junior running back. See Camden County trying to go with some pace. Clock running, 1:10. It's going to be a 1st down. Going to get the ball up to, I believe this will get the ball up around. Clock running, 59 seconds, 57. A few more plays here from Camden County, trying to punch a ball in. Going to have a flag down. Probably going to be a holding against Camden County, which is going to back it up. Impressive night for North Cobb. Don't know how to say it. They have been impressive all year. This is just about as close a game as they have played in a week. When Douglas County will come here in round 2, Johnny White, absolute loaded football team. We got a chance to see them early in the year against Buford. They had some guys banged up. Jordan Carter, who many think could be one of the top juniors in America, who just recently committed to Texas A&M, will be in that game. Is healthy next week. Aaron Gregory, wide receiver, who is also committed to Texas A&M recently, a 2026 wide receiver. It's going to be a lot of speed on the field. 30 seconds here. See if Camden can punch one in late. Incomplete pass. Going to bring up 2nd and 20 with 29 seconds left from the 27-yard line. Camden trying to punch one in here on this last drive of the season for them. Travis Rowland, his initial year, going to end up as a 4 seed coming up from Region 1. Going to go on the road in a tough environment against the region champs, North Cobb Warriors. Not going to end the way they want it, but I think overall what they face, transition from a wing tee to a passing offense, spread offense, year 1. Go back to work soon and get ready for his 2nd season. Be a handoff. Looks like reverse field. And North Cobb is just too much speed. David Coleman, the electric punt return, kick return junior, who has a lot of offers as well, just unable to get anything going. And Camden County is going to use a timeout with 3rd and 20 with 12 seconds to go, down 28-7. And you see play into the whistle, using every second, trying to punch something in to show these kids that we're not going to quit. We're going to use every second of the game. You're going to see Rome with a big win over Lithonia. You're going to see Roswell, big win over Centennial. Roswell's had a great season, finished number 2 in that region. I believe Archer came back within the last minute to beat Harrison. So that will be another number 4 seed out of Gwinnett to beat a Cobb County team. We'll go over all these scores. Westlake and Collins Hill. That's going to end Westlake's season. A lot of good football players. 35-14. Collins Hill beat Grayson to open the season, kind of got everyone's attention. Colquitt County, who's the region champ out of this region, Region 1 South Georgia, 48-20 over Wheeler. You look at Keith Maloof, Norcross, big win over Lambert. And there you see that game. Douglas County 27-18 over Josh Lovelady. 2 really good football teams, 2 well-coached football teams. But Douglas County is going to be here next week. Now North Cobb's going to call a timeout. We've got 12 seconds left in this game. It's 28-7. Two coaches that don't want to give up. One coach doesn't want to give up any points in Shane Queen, and Coach Rowland's trying to score. And you would think, looking at this is 28-21. It's not. It's 28-7. I love both these guys, but let's wrap this one up and get to some handshaking and some players. Look at Carrollton, man. They've been great all year. Juju Lewis, that team is on a roll. And on paper, they're the favorite, but they're going to have to go through a very tough 6A bracket. Lowndes comes back, finishes off North Paulden. They're the number 2 seed out of this Region 1. They will go to Buford next week. So you'll have Adam Carter coming back to Gwinnett County. The former Grayson head coach will come back up here this time with the Lowndes Vikings to play at Buford. Look at Perry, defending state champs, wins against St. Pius. Warner Robins, tough loss. I'm telling you, Marist is hard to deal with that wishbone offense. They run triple option almost, and they run it as good as anybody in America. 12 seconds to go here. They're going to take the snap. Ball incomplete. That's going to bring up I'll bring up 4th and 20 with 8 seconds to go. So this is likely going to be the last play of the game for Camden. 4th and 20 from the 27. 8 seconds to go, down 28-7. We'll stay here as we're going to stay right here. It's at the end of the game. Here we go. 4th and 20 from the 27. Last play, 8 seconds to go. Camden drops back. It'll be complete. It's going to be short, and that's going to be the ball game. North Cobb stays undefeated as region champs. They move to 11-0. A hard-fought win over Camden County, a game that was 14-0 in the second half. The very first play of the second half, North Cobb kicks off. Camden County fumbles. 3 plays later, they score and kind of controlled this game the entire way. The second half never really got threatened. Camden County scored late. It's 28-0 at one point. Camden drives a little bit. But North Cobb Warriors will move to the second round of the Georgia High School playoffs next week. They will host Douglas County. They were going to go to the field.
Now for our winning coaches interview presented by the Gwinnett County Sheriff's Office. Of course, it's the home team. Coach Shane Queen, you knew tonight wasn't going to be easy. 1-4 meant nothing, but you made it look easy out there. What surprised you most about your team tonight?
Well, I just like our resolve. You know, we didn't start strong, but we stuck to the game plan. We ran the football. I'm disappointed in our penalties. We got to play better than that. We got to be smarter than that. You know, and we're going to clean that up. Those guys will have some friendly reminders next week from that.
Yeah, close game for the first quarter. What were some of those adjustments that you made that were crucial to the outcome of this game?
Well, you know, their number 0, Elias Williams, was lined up on one side. He was giving us trouble. We started checking opposite away from him. You got to go away from their great player, and I think our defense did a great job. He finished with no catches. That's a great job from our defensive coaching staff. Great job from our offense coach staff. Our special teams were phenomenal, kept it away from their players. We just tried to keep it out of their best football players' hands, and we were able to do that tonight.
Well, Coach, congratulations. We'll be watching for you next week.
Yes, ma'am. Go Warriors.
Right after this, we will be back with our MVP.
When you say let's go to breakfast, you mean let's go to McDonald's. Obviously. Mix and match like a chicken McGriddles and hash browns for $2.79. Add a medium-iced coffee for $1.99. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Whether because of discomfort, lack of mobility, your lifestyle, or occupation, you sit inactively way too many hours a day. Introducing Ellipse, the premium quality automatic seated exerciser that strengthens legs, increases mobility, and boosts circulation without physical strain or impact.
It is so quiet that none of my coworkers even know I'm using it.
Strengthen and tone your legs, increase your mobility, flexibility, and balance, plus stimulate healthy circulation.
My joints feel better, my knees feel better, my back feels better. It makes me feel stronger too.
Perfect for home therapy. Whisper quiet to use while you work.
My circulation is moving, I'm burning calories, and it makes me feel energetic.
Call now and order Ellipse, the seated exerciser that strengthens legs, increases mobility, and boosts circulation. Call and get upgraded to the Deluxe Bundle. Get the faster motor for 5 miles of steps per hour, the step counter, the sport mat, and wireless remote. Call now.
This is the home of the GOATs, Friday Night Lights, and home of the Ballers. This is home of the Gamers. Peachtree Sports Network is the home of the Hustlers and home of the Speed Junkies. The Peach State plays here. Atlanta's home of live local sports is Peachtree Sports Network.
Why would drug dealers put a lethal dose of fentanyl in drugs if they know it's so harmful?
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable. Really just all about the money.
All right, and welcome back to our tailgate show brought to you by Georgia reconstructioncareers.com. I'm Kelly Mansell. There you see the team that won tonight celebrating. You've got a lot of community on the field, and talking with Shane Queen, even though they were the 1 seed, they knew that they were going to play one of the best 4 seeds in the state in Camden County, who plays an extremely tough region. Didn't have a great first quarter, but North Cobb was able to make those adjustments to ultimately make this game 28-7. They'll host another game at home next week, with them being that 1 seed. And what an impressive, dominant performance tonight. I think in watching the game, you got to look at the run game. Speed truly does kill. That's what North Cobb does so well. The ground and pound, the tiring you out. You could definitely see the fatigue coming from the Camden team, whether that be that long drive that they had to make or just not being able to keep up with the North Cobb offense. One of the things that Shane Queen pointed out, one of the most impressive things so far is to be able to hold Elias Williams to only 0 catches. You have to give so much credit to this North Cobb defensive team. Both the offense and the defense brought it. It was a joint effort, and it looks like we're going to have our Gatorade players of the game first. We are going to have no, Carter's fine. I've got quarterback Nick Grimstead and Dom Moody. He's going to be our Gatorade defensive player of the game. You guys look really snazzy in your hats, by the way. All right. Didn't score in the first. Able to make those adjustments. What were some of those adjustments that you had to make as a quarterback to be able to get the score what it was?
To be honest, we were really just hurting ourselves. We were just penalties, false start, holding, just set us back. Got us away from what we like to do. We like short yardage, and we like to run the ball down the middle or hit the edge, and we just corrected it and showed off. It definitely showed tonight. Now look, I know y'all had so much time to prepare for this game, 2 weeks. What was the defensive game plan headed into tonight? How do you feel like you executed it?
You know, the game plan with going into the game was just doing our job and just having our certain gap and everybody doing what they need to be doing for the team to win. And going into it, we just prepared, watching film and knowing what they were going to do before they even did it. Yes, ma'am.
Look, one thing I noticed tonight, you talk about the run aspect, but I just feel like you have so many weapons around you, and as a quarterback, that's all you can ask for. What does this offensive group around you mean to you?
It means everything. I mean, my line, my receivers, just been working with them since February. Just, it means a lot to me, so.
Yeah, I'm sure it makes your job a little bit more easier, huh? All right, last thing. I know you're a senior. Do you think that motivates you a little bit more now that it's first round of the playoffs and this could be it for you?
Yes, ma'am. It definitely does. Definitely motivates the team because there's a lot of seniors who want it really bad. So I think it definitely does motivate us. Yes, ma'am.
Well, Dom, Nick, tonight you are our Gatorade players of the game. Shout out to Gatorade for sponsoring our players of the game, guys. Y'all put on one of the best playoff performances I've seen in the first round. We'll definitely be looking for both of y'all next week. Good luck to you. All right, well, we'll be back with more after this.
A journeyman with Local 85, when you turn out, you can be hitting 6 figures.
Hey, I have your back, you have my back. We're going to do this together. We're one for all for one.
College just wasn't for me. Let's look into actual career jobs that wouldn't take college, where I wouldn't, lose money and all that. Instead of losing a lot more money at the end, why not make money and make more money at the end?
Are you interested in becoming a deputy or a jailer? The Gwinnett County Sheriff's Office is hiring and looking for individuals passionate about protecting and serving their community. If you are 18 years or older, join our team by visiting GoGCSO.com for more information. Gwinnett County, together we can make a difference.
Breda's better at keeping termites out.
Besides the fact that we're sending a licensed inspector to your home, we're also using state-of-the-art technology. So we put those two things together to give you the best possible termite inspection. Quite simply, Breda is better at keeping termites out. Only Breda protects your home with a complete liquid barrier from Termidor. Your rate is locked in for 10 years, so if live termites are ever found, Breda will retreat. All for free.
Breda, Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
The shot for Pearson, who else but Jesse
welcome back to the Tailgate Show, brought to you by GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com. I'm Kaylee Mansell with our Robbie Hunter MVP, Zach Bellew, freshman running back. Well, let me tell you, you didn't play like a freshman tonight. You played like one of the veterans out there. I really think about that touchdown at the beginning of the third. We were watching it from up there. I thought you went down in the huddle. What was your read on that, and what was going through your mind as you're getting to the end zone?
What was going through my mind was just execute the play. That's all I'm gonna say. Execute the play. I feel like my lineman did great on that, and all I had to do was be patient, read the block, and touchdown 6. That's all it is.
That's what I call doing your job. All right, so you are a freshman. I'm sure some of these older guys on the team have helped you out. Who have been some of those vets that you've really looked up to, have taught you a lot this season?
I'll say my brother, Cam Morris, number 7. He helped me a lot through this journey, especially since the spring. When I came in here, I was a little chubby, you know. He helped me with my work ethic. He taught me what to do, taught me the standard here, and all I had to do was live up to it.
That's awesome. All right, what we're going to do, so this is our Kroger game ball. I'll get you to take it. You can sign wherever you want. All of our MVPs from all of our games this year have signed. You're our first playoff one, and I believe you're also the only freshman on this ball, so that's a really cool accomplishment. And then whenever you're done, you can just hand it back, but sign. Yeah, I like a bigger signature like that. Make your mark. Oh, you left-handed? I got it. All right, and then, so this you get to take home with you. We're going to keep the game ball, but tonight you are our Robbie Hunter MVP, brought to you by GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com. You get to take that home with you. First one in the playoffs. It was so exhilarating to watch you play tonight, and we're going to be looking for y'all next week.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, guys, make sure to stay tuned. We're going to be back with scores all across the state, breaking down every playoff bracket. Stay where you're at.
A journeyman with Local 85, when you turn out, you can be hitting 6 figures.
Hey, I have your back, you have my back. We're going to do this together. We're one for all for one.
College just wasn't for me. Let's look into actual career jobs that wouldn't take college, where I wouldn't, lose money and all that. Instead of losing a lot more money at the end, why not make money and make more money at the end?
Are you interested in becoming a deputy or a jailer? The Gwinnett County Sheriff's Office is hiring and looking for individuals passionate about protecting and serving their community. If you are 18 years or older, join our team by visiting GoGCSO.com for more information. Gwinnett County, together we can make a difference.
At Breda, we made the decision 20 years ago to invest in infrared cameras. The infrared gives us a unique advantage because we can pinpoint that termite damage. We then use our microwave technology, which allows us to localize our treatment so we can get rid of those termites quicker before that damage becomes extensive. And that saves you a lot of money as a homeowner.
Breda, Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
For a healthier future together, look to Northside Hospital.
Sweetheart, please don't forget to wear your seatbelt. I got it, Mom.
It's a very nice day, living in the right space. Breathing your things got me feeling some kind of way.
In the blink of an eye, so many tomorrows can disappear. Buckle up for your future. Every trip, every time. A message from the Governor's Office of Highway Safety.
And welcome back to the Tailgate Show, brought to you by GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com. We took a 2-week break, but now the Mansells are back. We're going to break down all of the playoff brackets from across the state, which are going to be brought to you by the SEC. How about that? SEC country around here.
Big time. Just means more.
I was going to say, I guess it just means more. We'll go ahead and take a look at Class 6A. Remember, there is no more 7. 6 is going to be the biggest. Collins Hill, been dominant this season. Going to play Colquitt.
Yeah, going down to Colquitt. They're going to go down to the Hog Pen. That's a long way from Collins Hill down to Colquitt County this time of year. You go down there, it's going to be a great environment, big game, a lot of speed on that field, guaranteed.
All right, and we'll move to the lower left side of our bracket. Okay, so North Cobb is going to face Douglas County, who we saw earlier this season. I can't believe one of those two teams is going to be out in the second.
I want to say this, West Forsyth, think about this. They lost their first game of the year to Prince Avenue and Corky Kell. And what they do over there, just kind of get through the year, grind, get better, go out and beat Brookwood tonight, who's been on a roll. Big win there. Archer, 4 seed, upsets Harrison, 46-42. Big win for Gwinnett County. Archer goes in there and wins. And kind of a rough night, man, for Cobb County as we go through that. But Harrison takes a loss as a 1 seed into the season.
We'll take a look at the upper right side of the bracket. Next week it's going to be Hillgrove and Peachtree Ridge, and then Valdosta and Carrollton.
Look at another upset. Peachtree Ridge was a 4 seed. They upset the region champs North Atlanta, who had a great year. Jamie Alt and his crew, unfortunately going to end tonight. Hillgrove, but you look at the game, might have a little more on Valdosta Carrollton. I'll just save that, but obviously 2 historic programs, 2 teams that's won a lot of state championships, 2 teams with national names. There'll be a lot of eyes around the country on that game next week. 2
teams with great quarterbacks. All right, now, last part, the lower right side of the bracket. We've got North Gwinnett, who's going to host either McEachern or Newton, and then Lowndes and Buford, kind of like that Valdosta-Carrollton game. 2 big programs, state championship teams, big players.
Yeah, look at Adam Carter making his return back to Gwinnett County, former coach at Grayson. Goes down to Lowndes a couple years ago. They're the number 2 seed out of that region. They lost to Colquitt County on that. They're going to go to Buford next week, and you look at that matchup. I mean, it's that time of year. When you start talking about teams and games and all this stuff, Lowndes and Buford, that's one of the best round 2 games you'll see.
And we'll take a look at our Class 5A, Coffee and Brunswick, and then Sequoia beating Gainesville tonight. We thought that might be a potential upset. They're going to play Woodward Academy.
Yeah, I'll tell you this. Will Rajecki, I think he had 5 touchdowns total. He had 4 touchdowns rushing and threw one for one of the biggest upsets of the night, in my opinion. Congratulations, Sequoia. Will play in the Georgia Elite Classics of 2026 running back. If you don't know who he is, you're going to after tonight. Very, very impressed with him, seeing him in the offseason. He had a huge night and played a big role in that upset.
And looking at our lower left side of the bracket,
Rematch.
Thomas County Central, Rome, the rematch.
I want you to just look at that whole screen. Look at those 4 teams. 2 of those teams right there, their season is going to be done this time next week. Defending state champs, Thomas County Central, Rome, perennial power, Roswell, great football program, Langston Hughes, who's won a state championship in the last 2 years. 2 of those 4 teams this time next week are going to be done. That is the deepest bracket right there of anywhere in the state.
That's the kind of bracket the other teams are glad that they didn't get that draw.
No doubt.
All right, and looking at the upper right side of the bracket, you've got Dutchtown and Milton, who I believe is the favorite to win this whole thing, and then Lakeside Evans will either host Houston County or Clark Central.
It's going to be Houston County. Houston County went on the road and beat Clark Central tonight, so it's going to be Lakeside Evans against Houston County, Jeremy Edwards and those guys. But Dutchtown, one of those teams that's not afraid to play anybody. They're going to go on the road and play, obviously I think the favorite on paper in Milton.
All right, and we will look at the upper right side of the black bracket for the Class 5A. It's going to be Noonan and Sprayberry, who we saw earlier. I was really impressed with them. And then East Paulding is going to have to go all the way to Lee County.
A little shout out to one of your classmates, Trevor Thomas, who's the wide receiver coach there at East Paulding. I'll tell you this, Van Spence has done a great job. He got the job kind of late, had a coaching change at East Paulding. They beat, in my opinion, a very good football team in Effingham County. Here's your reward. You get to go on the road to Lee County, play one of the best teams in the state. You don't get any bracket anywhere, but, yeah, we saw Sprayberry early in the year. Very impressed with them, too.
And I believe that is all we have for the Class 5A. Let's go to Class 4A. East Side going to St. Pius. Kell getting a win over Hiram.
going to say with that bracket's wrong. Perry won that game. You'll see that Perry beat St. Pius, so they're going to play. Perry is the defending state champs. They're going to play Eastside, who finished number 2 in that region. They lost a very close game to North Oconee. Eastside, really good football team. Kell goes on to win that game. Creekside, who's always good, moves on to the second round. But you're going to see Perry, who's the defending state champions, play a very good Eastside team.
All right, moving on to the lower left side of the bracket. We've got Jones County going to Marist. I remember when we were there last year, it was so loud in that place. That's a tough environment for anyone to play.
Yeah, you're going to see that. And you're going to look at Cedartown beat Cambridge in that game. I believe it was 44-36. What I thought might have been the best game of the night on paper. Turns out to be a great game. And in Central Carrollton, who's the number 1 seed out of that region, going to play Cedartown, 2 West Georgia teams. But I'll tell you this, Marist is going to be tough for anybody to play with that quarterback running the triple.
Oh, yeah, that triple is tough. All right, let's go to the upper right side of our bracket. Looks like we just have Jonesboro on there. I'm assuming they're going to go on the road to play Blessed Trinity.
Trinity beat Cass tonight, and the Blessed Trinity was a team that I picked. I think I picked on to win the state championship. I can't remember if I did that. Oh, I picked North Oconee to win that. I gave Ed Dudley a favor and put a bullseye on him. He said, thank you. They're a really good team. Benedictine beats Southwest DeKalb. They've had an injury at quarterback, and they have really come on. Ola beats Flowery Branch. So you're going to have, in that bracket, you're going to have Blessed Trinity playing Jonesboro. You're going to have Benedictine playing Ola.
Yeah, I didn't know if my vision was blurry or it said Benedictine was the 3 seed right there.
They are the 3 seed.
I know.
Yes, the tough region.
I had to double check.
Yep.
All right, moving on to the lower right side of our bracket. You got any updates on these?
Cartersville beat Westminster. Got to give a shout out to our guy Grayson Villar, who scored his first touchdown tonight. The sophomore, 2027 defensive lineman, scored a touchdown tonight on a fake field goal. So I know they're going to be where County won that game, and North Oconee defeated Eagles Landing. Stars Mill beat Mays. So you start looking at next week.
Our man Grayson, breaking news. Let the masses know.
Ware County's going to come up to North Oconee to play that team next week.
All right, and then you've got our Class 3A bracket. You've got Oconee County, who's going to play Jefferson.
Yes.
And then Cherokee Bluff will host.
Jefferson, Oconee County is going to be a rematch.
They're like right there,
too. It's going to be a rematch from 2 weeks ago that Oconee County won. Luella wins that game over Westover of Albany. And you look at Cherokee Bluff, who moves on after beating Monroe area. But Oconee County and Jefferson, I believe, if I'm not wrong, played the next to the last game. It's going to be a rematch from an overtime game a couple weeks ago.
Wow. All right, and moving on to the lower left side of our bracket.
We'll get to that.
Upson Lee will host either North Hall or Gilmer, and then if Sandy Creek wins, then LaGrange will head to Sandy Creek.
I believe the last score that I had, Sandy Creek was up on Adairsville. Sandy Creek did beat them. That's a team that I think has a chance to win the state championship. Adairsville hung with them for a while, though. Upson Lee they beat Long County. Okay, Long County was up a little bit. Don't know that Gilmer North Hall score, but LaGrange, a team that we had in Corky Kell, who was beat up, young players. They come back. They lost that game at Kell opener. Then North Hall wins that game. So
in overtime.
So we're going to have LaGrange and Sandy Creek and Upson Lee and North Hall.
And we're going to move on to the right side of our bracket. Peach County is going to they're going to host West Lorenzo, they're going to travel to Baldwin, and then Calhoun, I believe, will host either Douglas, Atlanta, or Cairo.
Yeah, it's a long way from Cairo. Douglas, I'm interested if we get this final score. Baldwin beats West Lawrence. Let's look at this Douglas County Cairo, if we can grab that score, because Douglas County was a team we had in the Corky Kell. I was very impressed with them. That's a long way to go to play the syrup makers of Cairo, Georgia, down in that southwest side. So we'll try to get a score on that before we go, but Calhoun moves on there. We'll see who they got to play. And somebody's got to go to Calhoun regardless.
Right, and if your score's not on here, make sure to check out scoreatl.com tonight or tomorrow morning, and we'll have all the scores then. All right, so second round for Class 3A, lower right side, it's going to be Stevenson and Jenkins, and then Southeast Bullock is either going
Harlem beats Cedar Grove.
Ooh.
Cedar Grove.
That's strange to see.
Starts strange to see them out in the first round, but it's going to be Harlem and Southeast Bullock, and then you're going to have Jenkins and Stevenson. Stevenson comes back on Whitewater. They were down early to finish that game off, so that 3A bracket wide open to me on that lower quadrant.
All right, let's go to the Class 2A. Not sure we have any scores. We do know that Sumter County.
Rockmart did win. Sumter County won. Haven't seen any of the other scores. I know Morgan County's had a great year, lost a region championship game late to Callaway, so they were probably a tough out. But we'll go through some of the scores. I do know Rockmart advanced. Morgan County now confirmed advanced. They got a really good football team. And Westside, Macon, or Spencer will make the trip up to Rockmart next week, which is always a tough place to play.
All right, and we'll look at the lower left side of the bracket. Thompson had no trouble taking on Pike County. They will host, so will Burke County.
Thompson, Hateville Charters a team that they will play anybody, anywhere. They have been all over the place, played all these bigger teams. I don't care what their seed is. They're going to be tough to beat in this region, in this bracket, in my opinion. But we'll see who plays between South Atlanta and Laney.
Well, that's why you play those big games in the early season to prepare you for stuff like this. All right, there's Callaway, a team that's constantly in the playoffs. They're going to travel to Stevens.
You look at Pete Wiggins and Stevens County up in Toccoa, Georgia. A lot of tradition up there. Callaway, I believe it's Stevenson. Callaway hosts that game. I'm not sure. That's a long distance between those two. Appling County's a team beat a tough Cripps County team. You look at Shaw and Carver Atlanta. We'll see who finished that one off. And that's 4 really good teams, whoever advances right there on that one.
All right, and this is the lower right side of our bracket. We've got Butler going to Pierce County, and then Ringgold headed to Carver Columbus.
Well, Carver Columbus, a lot of people think is the team to beat in 2A. If Rockmart is not Appling County, but Pierce County, defending state champions, until somebody knocks them out, you have to go through them to advance in this bracket. Butler will be the next team to face them.
So we are going to have Class A Division I, but all Class A Division II games will be played tomorrow. So we will not have updates on that. Make sure to check out scoreatl.com. Here's our Class A Division I. It's going to be Fannin County headed to Jeff Davis, Lamar County going to Northeast.
Yep, really good football team. Fannin County is a team that many people think could be the favorite. I think they're the 1 seed of this whole 32-team bracket. So doing a good job up there.
All right, and we've got our lower left side of the Class A Division I bracket. Bleckley County and Fitzgerald, then Dodge County and Worth County.
Yeah, Fitzgerald comes back and beats Rabun County. A long ride from Rabun County down to Fitzgerald. Dodge County, no problem with Chattooga. And in Coosa, listen, a lot of credit to Coosa. New head coach, a program that's been down for a long time out of Floyd County. Know a lot of people out there. They had a big community pep rally last night. They knew they faced a lot going to Worth County, but still a lot to say for Coosa to get into the state playoffs and make their first appearance in a long time.
Going to the upper right side of the bracket, Heard County, Elbert County, Commerce, and Toombs County won 62-8 tonight.
Yeah, Toombs County, man, they beat Rome. This was a Class A, single A team, goes up to Rome, beat them earlier this year. They're going to face Commerce, who came back to beat Bremen in a big game. Heard County versus Elbert County. Heard County, number 1 region champ out of our area. So always a good football team this time of year.
And by our area, he means Rome. He's proud to say it. All right, this is going to be the last side of the bracket we have to cover tonight. It's going to be Thomasville and Temple, and then Jasper County going to Dublin.
Shout out to Israel Troop, the offensive coordinator at Thomasville. He's going to come back and coach the sophomore team in the Georgia League Classic in December. He's excited, but he's trying to help his team win a state championship and got some work to do before he becomes part of our Georgia League Classic family again.
Is Flat County Class A Division II? Oh, okay, we do have some private brackets. Okay, we've got Savannah Christian going on the road to Savannah Country Day. I'll tell you what, the 912 has really been making a leap in the players that they've been able to produce.
We're going to have Savannah Country Day at Savannah Christian because Savannah Christian is the number 1 team in that bracket. Wilfred Academy gets the bye. North Cobb Christian gets the bye as well.
All right, moving on to the lower left side of the bracket. Prince Ave and Providence Christian. You saw Prince Avenue 2 weeks ago, and then Mount Perrin Christian and Calvary Day.
Interesting on the Prince Avenue bracket. If they were to win this week, they would go probably, in my opinion, to Calvary Day the next week down in Savannah. If they were to win that game, they likely might go back to Savannah the next week to have to play Savannah Christian. So Prince Avenue, a team that's been on the road, the defending state champs, who has been at home a lot, they're going to have to make some miles up if they're going to run this bracket this year in this new private A3A bracket. Big win by Mount Perrin Christian tonight as well, too, moving on.
Then we've got Athens Academy and Aquinas, and then Trinity Christian and Hebron Christian.
I mean, Athens Academy, this will be the 4th week they haven't played a game. So they have been off almost an entire month. So they will lovely be back. Aquinas out of Augusta, very good football team, be a great Trinity Christian goes on to win. Hebron Christian, in my opinion, I would not want to play them. I just see them play Prince. They are a dangerous, dangerous football team.
All right, looking at the lower right side of the bracket, we've got Christian Heritage taking on Wesleyan.
Yeah, Christian Heritage with the bye because of the reading champs. Move on. Wesleyan, another really good football team. I think kind of underrated. Really good quarterback over there. We'll see what they can do against Christian Heritage. And then maybe those games right there might be on Saturday, some of those lower bracket games. Those are public school brackets, so you finish off with Wesleyan and Christian Heritage in that top private school bracket. So I think we're ready to announce next week's game, aren't we?
Wait, question really quick. Is Sly County Class A Division II? Because I've been waiting on it all night so I could say it.
They don't play until tomorrow.
Okay, thank gosh. I've been ready for it. I've been practicing. Nobody was going to trip me up tonight. All right, I know you've been excited. Where are we going next week?
We're on Joey King. I told you I was coming to Carrollton if you handle business. Next week, two of the I don't know if there's more tradition in the history of two football teams. If you look on paper, Valdosta, I think the winningest high school football program in America. Carrollton certainly won so many state championships in Georgia. Here's an interesting thing. They have not won a state championship since 1998. They've got all the pieces of the puzzle, but I'm telling you right now, Valdosta is very good, and the Georgia commit, Todd Robinson, is back. And when Todd Robinson plays, they're a totally different team. Next week, prime time, we're coming to Carrollton, Joey King. Got to be ready.
Yeah, you want to talk about Friday night lights epitome teams.
Yep.
Right there. You're not going to want to miss it, so make sure to tune back in next Friday, 8 o'clock for Carrollton and Valdosta. From myself, Rusty Mansell, Brandon Adams, Ashley Carey, IJ Rosenberg, Roddy White, and so many others, we wish you good night and go Dogs.